this is amazing. It was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostert and Cam Waters.
It's motorsport, but not as you know it. Test yourself and your everyday road car. Safe, affordable, but most of all, fun. And all you need is your daily driver. Experience the thrill of a sprint day. Race against the clock at a hill climb. Or test your reflexes with an auto test. It takes just 3 simple steps to get started. Get on the start line. Search Motorsport Australia Daily Driver today.
Fishies in a row. They're here to make a point and to do Eddie proud. They fan out in the background as they come down to turn 1 for the first time. It all looks pretty good, 2 by 2. We'll stop the camera here. Oh, Eddie would be proud, mate. That was awesome run around turn 1. But, contact with the fishies.
He's made it through. It doesn't look like Angus has made it, but Thomas Freeman's made it through, and Angus is going to suffer the crowd coming through there to be able to turn his car around.
I love riding. It's a real social thing. There's a great bond between riders.
Every weekend I look forward to getting out there. It's a freedom like no other.
Riding to work is a great way to start the day.
Shannons insure all types of road bikes, not just classics. They offer features riders really want. It's why they're one of Australia's leading motorcycle insurance providers.
Whatever you ride,
whatever you ride,
whatever you ride,
ride with Shannons.
Call 134646 for a quote.
And they are off. It was a good start from Dylan de Bono. I think Phil Vella got a great start there in the background as well. You can see already cars going 5, 6 wide as they're trying to find any semblance of space. They come into T1. So far we've got 2, 3 wide as they snake down. There's Michael Culture that's got around Dylan de Bono. A couple of cars going wide there. Was that a bit of contact in the back? Scott Pocock caught up in that, I think, there, buddy. But it's Michael Cullaghar's got past, so Dylan...
light is coming out and we're about to get going, and we have gone green lights and a very slow start for the 86s, but they are moving out there on the grid. It would be very interesting to see exactly which driver can capitalise on this first lap. Just go through the grid. Look like Jamie Christensen had a really awesome start to get ahead of Dylan de Bono, and Doug Gowage also jumped his teammate as well, so unfortunately Dylan stalled the car a little bit more than what he preferred. But
weekend in, weekend out, Motorsport Australia officials are making waves. From waving flags, waving cars through pit lane, or responding to a wave for help. Wave hello to new lifelong friends. Who knows, you might just make waves around the world. Ride the first wave. Search Motorsport Australia officials today.
They're still great classes of car, and if you are able to, if you're coming up the ranks on iRacing through the licenses, it's a fantastic sort of laneway into prototype driving, going from that GT3 up through the prototype classes. As the safety car pulls in, and we get ready to go green as we come up towards the line. Edwards, Hasler, who's going to get the jump down to turn 1, or will any of the fishies, any of the piranhas in behind them, assault them down towards
green and they're off.
First lap? Let's go here.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannons.
We've also got Shannon's home and contents cover,
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be
Shannon's.
Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 134646 for a quote.
This is amazing. It was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostert and Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down the hill. Sam Noble wants to sniff on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because tell you what, Bruce Tanak and Jamie Dyson just absolutely drove away from us. Hayden trying to go around the outside. This is where he could have just sent it up the inside, but he hasn't committed it, which is fair enough. Very scary out there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we get a good run. God's just absolute thinker, but it's a really nice move. Blake Delaney had to move out of the way.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome back to SRWtv, Shannon's GR86 National Association with Motorsport Australia official series. Welcome in. Thank you so much for joining me. I am James Parfett. Going to be joined in the booth this evening by one Eva Singovich, who's going to be joining me here as well. We're at Road America. 6.41 kilometers of race circuit, 14 turns, the Marine Sweep, the Carousel, the Canada Corner, all heading towards us here as well. But let's bring in Steve and have a chat with him here as well. Steve, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
I'm bloody good, mate. I'm always good when I'm behind the mic, and I've got some talent beside me, which is really good. I'm looking forward to a really big race. I was going to be racing tonight, but we overlooked a partner for you tonight, so hence I've thrown my hat in the ring and said, look, I'll come out and do it and have a bit of fun.
Why not, mate? You might as well sit here and enjoy yourself once more. We have got qualifying up underway. We've got 5 minutes left of qualifying. Quite a long lap here, so we should start seeing times coming in once again very, very shortly as they're going down that long straightaway on that run down into turn 1. Times start coming in now. As you can see, Dan Patouche is at the top with Dylan DeBono, Ty Delaney and John McHenry with Ryan Price there in 6th place. Interesting circuit, Road America, Steve. I think from a driver's point of view, what do you think of it? Do you enjoy it?
I actually like it. I do actually like it. Some people don't, but for some reason in this car, I did about 10 laps last night. Got down to 2:33s for me, which is pretty fast. And I really enjoyed it. Like, I was really, really comfortable in the car. Where the car was sliding, it was sliding in the right places. There's the downhill parts of the track where it was hooking up really well. So it's a little bit setup driven. So we'll see how the boys handle it.
Yeah, I think that's going to be one of the interesting here goes as well. As Steve's just touched on, we have got round about 2.5 minute on lap times, so it is a long old run for these guys. 2:31.921 for Joshua Houghton, who is currently topping the stand in Dan Byrne, of course, from that Carlins Motorsport in that red livery there as well, as he's on his one round turn 6 and off up through Hurry Downs, and then before he comes into turn 8 and the Carousel here. This circuit's got a bit of everything, and I think it's renowned, it's light, it's not overly complicated, but there is corners on here that you want to take a little bit easy, Steve, before they do spit you up and chew you out.
Very much so, very much so. You've got to get this track, the way it's set up, you need to have your rhythm and just making sure you're hitting those early apexes, because once you hit one apex, the rest of it chews you up. But look, I'm really, really looking forward to this. I think it's going to be spectacular. Turn 1 and then down the hill to that tight right-hander is going to be epic. I want to see what happens there.
Yeah, that long straightaway, that long run, that back stretch, that front stretch, that start-finish line is practically longer than my whole entire high street. So, you know, you blink and you go through my town. This is exactly the same, Steve. It is absolutely huge. And I think that run down into turn 1 could possibly quite speed where we see most of the overtakes is.
Yeah, it's going to be, there's some passing points which are going to be really tight. This one here that Dylan was coming down at the bottom of the hill to the right as before you come to the final straight is a nice little one to tuck into. And also the back straight as you come into where all that sand is on the far left. That's a real tricky one as well.
Yeah, that's on the run down out of the Carousel, down through the kink and into Canada Corner, of course. The sudden stop at the bottom after you've just gone and travelled at a absolutely motoring speed here. Don't forget the run down into turn 5, down into the Marine sweep. It's going to be one thing or the other. They're either going to go really well, or you're going to see free wide and complete and utter carnage when you get in turn 5. It's so difficult. You're gathering a lot of speed there, Steve. How do you deal with it in general?
Mate, the way I deal with speed usually is coming off the track. So I'm not the right person to ask. You know, it's this car hits the top speed and you hit the rev limiter, and you got to hold it still because the car still keeps going that little bit faster. But it's not that bad. The pace isn't the problem. It's the cars around you and picking their braking points and being able to get into as close as possible without actually contacting them, especially when your front starts to slide, the rear end starts to slide, because these cars you got to throw them into some corners and be a little bit aggressive, so you're losing some traction as you come out.
Yeah, that's the thing. You've got to be aggressive, but you can't kind of want to slam your right foot to the floor, because with the GR86s, I've seen it and I've done it. You end up deciding that your back end really wants to come join the front, and that is one of the things you've got to look out for as well. Can't go slamming it down. You know, it's not one of these things where you get underway, you get around the corner and you absolutely hit muller the throttle, because sooner or later that back end's going to turn around and say, no, we are happy with that. We're going to turn around here. But I think this is an interesting challenge for some. We've got some out in qualifying here as well, but we haven't got others. See how many people times in currently at the moment once more. That is literally the end of qualifying here, guys, as well. And let's bring you up the grid for race 1 here this evening. As you see on your screen, it is Josh Houghton in first place with Dan Byrne in second, Dylan De Bono in third with David Gallo in fourth. On row 3 we've got Dan Bertucci, Shane Ratcliffe. On row 4 it's Tim Conn and Ryan Price. On row 5 it's Ty Delaney, John McHenry. Then on row 6 it's Fritz Turner. On row 7 it's Matt Feely and Peter Wilkinson. Then you've got Kurt Chapman, Dylan Bezedny. Row 8, Marty Walker and Mark Cochran on row 9, and rounding out the top 10 is Callum Heinrich and Todd Forburn there as well. Dean Sinkovich in 21st with Callum Hardwick in 22nd, Shane Newens in 23rd, then in 24th it's Callan Hodgkin on from that one. Greg Johnston 25th, Kevin Wakefield in the 20th spot. Thomas Freeman and Doug Cowans round out the top 28 with Sam there as well in 29th, which is... Sorry, Sam, I can't do it.
Catakazinos.
That's the one. Troy Maguire.
Catakazinos.
And then we got Vic Benzvielen in 31st, and then Mitch Noble in 32nd as well. So, yeah, good old Sam. He did send me an MP4 of his surname for me, and I still can't get it right, dude. I still struggle to get it right.
No, it's all good, mate. My brother still wrecks it on our review show as well. He always says it wrong, but Sam understands. He's a wog like me, and he knows that 9 times out of 10 his name is going to be mispronounced.
Well, let's get this up and running, guys. Well, thanks so much for joining us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all that other fancy jazz that you can do on YouTube there, which is completely free. It won't cost you a penny. There's a lot more racing coming up here on the SRWtv YouTube channel, so get yourselves involved if you do like great racing here. We have got Pro-Am, and AMs here, Steve. How's it going to pan out with a multi-class series?
Pretty good, man. It's pretty good. It's you don't. The only time you really get to see the Pro-Ams when you're down the back like me is this point of the track. Actually, I can't even see them now. Usually them around the corner or down the bottom, but it's the first corner. The first corner, as long as everyone gets out free through that first corner, it all pretty much levels itself out, and then the battles start. And then it doesn't matter who's in front of you, whether it's a pro driver or an AM driver, you're racing the person that's in front of you, and you know that every point counts, because where you finish is the point you get. So if you're an AM and you finish in the top 10, you're scoring some mega points that you shouldn't be scoring. So anyone can jump up the ladder in the back end of the group quite easily.
And I think one of the things here they will have to contend with, the drivers are aware of the multi-class situation. We're aware of it as well. So they will have to play it a little bit more gently than normal. We're just waiting for a few more cars to get out onto the grid here, and then we'll one up and running once more as Josh Houghton takes on that pole position slot at the moment there with Daniel Byrne, Dylan DeBono, David Gallo, Dan Patouche and Shane Ratcliffe in the mix. Well, Alan Hodgkinson, Thomas Freeman still waiting to get on there. Steve's. Well, thank you so much. If you are here and you are watching, don't forget to say hello. We will have a chat with you and bring you into the action. But the lights are going to be coming on now as well. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Race 1 here this evening, and the Shannons GR86 is a green, with Josh Houghton looking like he got a very slow start there, and he's going to be a sitting duck going down into turn 1 unless Daniel Byrne doesn't make it alongside, which he should do here currently as well. You can see the amount of cars coming up over the hill. Some of them can't even see Barney until they get onto the top of the hill, but at the moment Houghton leads them into turn 1 with Byrne in second, Gallo third, De Bono there as well, and at the moment, Steve, everyone got away cleanly.
Going on cleanly, and they're starting to go too wide down his main corner, and in the back they're going 3, 4 wide, a bit of hustle and bustle, but it looks like everyone's made it clean through the 2 main bits, and this final right-hander is the clean one that needs to be done. Next one's going to be at the bottom of this hill. That's going to be the tester. By then, if they haven't gone one by ones, or someone's not going to do something too smart and get there on a cold tyre and dive, it's going to be a clean first lap.
Well, let's see. Have we just given commentator's curse to somebody here going into turn 5? We'll keep an eye on some of the drivers as they come through as well. Started coming down into the hill, keeping an eye out here. Oh no!
Oh, someone's gone around. It's a velocity car. I'm not sure which of the velocities it is.
It's our boy Sam, isn't it? Sam Katakazunis there as well is the first one to go round at turn 5.
Yeah, Sam's had a bit of a rough trot of late. He hasn't. I think he had a good race last week, but the last 2 rounds before that were a bit tough on him.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things. If Sam was as consistent as he would have liked or as had hoped to be, would be driving at a lot higher level here as well. Because at the end of the day, consistency is what makes you win races, right? And that alienation kind of interpretation of your racing ability that basically turns around and says, okay, I know where I'm at. Like me, I'm at the back. Don't even bother trying to harass me there. I'm on my own at the back there, keeping the pack off the floor, you know. And for others, it's all about getting themselves involved. And I think sometimes just consistency is the key. And it looks like Greg Johnson has not had that consistency coming out of the carousel there as well. And a lot more going on further down. Dylan Bazzani looks like he's taking a trip off the circuit as well. Yeah, there's a lot of people who have lost a lot of bit of time over this lap 1. But Houghton and Byrne up front here, Steve, with De Bono sitting in third.
Bono's an accomplished driver out here, and he always gets in amongst it. Oh, these boys just opened the door for De Bono, both going out a little bit wide, worrying about each other and giving De Bono a great run up the top end. Maybe not the best place to be with a wicked draft coming down this main straight because it's fairly long, but you can see that there's Dan Bartouche about 4 cars back having a bit of a look behind one of the Carlin boys. Oh, nearly. No, Dan, watch it. Oh, he's just squeezed himself through there.
Yeah, they're going to be side by side. That's Byrne there as well, the last of the Carlin boy. There was contact. Byrne's now on the grass, unfortunately for him. That GR86 has become a push.
He's gone around. He's missed everyone.
Stay there, stay there, stay there. Get off, get off, get off.
It's the re-entry, son. Oh,
he's going to put him round.
Each other.
No.
Oh, look at that. Oh.
Just stay there. Like, sit there for a minute, Dan. You've got time.
Yeah, he's just got to let that traffic go, man. This is what some of these guys need to pick up on. Even my own Mitch Noble tends to want to get back out there straight away. You just got to let some of the traffic go and work your way back in when there's a proper gap, not when you feel that it's okay.
The problem is as well, is if we have a look, his steering's gone. Like, you know, he knew that after the first incident, so trying to go full speed to get back into the group, for me, that just seems a little bit crazy, because at the end of the day, you've got no steering at the best of times. There's more action going on here as well. Dan Byrne sitting on the exit of turn 5 there has gone round at the same time. That looks like him and Mark Turner may have had a little bit of a ding-dong going down into turn 5. We can have a look back at it. Oh, Dan's on his way round first. Mark comes in. Thank you very much. And unfortunately, both people are into the barrier. So turn 5 only lasted 1 lap, Steve, as we ended up with carnage on lap 2.
Yeah, well, they've made it through. There's been a couple of calls coming into race control. Tonight's lead race control is actually Thomas Freeman, who's been doing a heap of training with us, and it's his first night on his as the lead RC. So good luck to Thomas out there.
Never an easy job. Never ever an easy job. You make one mistake, and everybody's going to be like, "That's too fast, dear sir." There as well as John the McHenry on the Locked On Racing boys was a little bit too quick, and be sensible, please be sensible. You're too wide, too deep on their way round the last couple of corners. 13, 13A. Now we're through on turn 14. We were almost 3 wide. Now we can go 3 wide. The straight is long enough for it, but they just got to make sure they're making it through sensibly as well. And Houghton looks like he could be under attack from Ratcliffe, who has got Gallo and Tim Conn right behind him.
Yeah, taking wicked advantage of the drafters there, and even the side draft's helping him a little bit there. As you can see him just gaining a little bit on the right-hand side. He wants to get that done as quick as possible, because that track, as you can see, is getting thinner, and here comes the right-hander.
Yeah, you can see now the track did tighten up as they got towards the end of the straight. McHenry didn't make it past Chapman. Fritz didn't make it past Delaney. However, he is still trying, and he's trying hard at the moment as Fritz on that run down now as well. Into turn 3 they go. It's the right hand over there. You can see the locked on late racing of John McHenry. That's going to put him side by side with Mark Cochran, and Ty Delaney is going to be all involved in this one as well. It's going to get very, very interesting. What's Chapman going to be able to do? Is he going to hold back McHenry coming into turn 5? We're going to find out very, very shortly. These guys are going to be on the brakes just on the left. Straight when the curve starts, hit the brakes they go, and down through the corner.
Yep, Fritzy nearly got a bit of extra action there, but good old McHenry did really well. He held off the brakes as long as he could and took him all the way through to counter as much momentum as possible. But Cochran has got a bit of a headache there from Fritzy behind him, on the look of it.
Fritzy's looking a little bit spicy here this evening as well.
He's hit the grass, he's tapped it, and he's lost it.
No.
Watch your re-entry, son. Make sure it's clean. Well done. It just goes to show you how much of a pace you look. He was at the front of the grid. He's lost, like, what was it, 10 spots just in a matter of seconds. That's how close the grid is, people.
Yeah, that's the thing as well, when he tapped the grass in the braking zone, and you never want to do that one, because at the end of the day it can cause you issues. Houghton, the Bono up the front, they've dropped Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe's in his own battle with Gallo and corners. They're coming into the right-hander of Canada corner. The first 2 make it through okay. What about the next 3? They're still as they are. Gallo clear, Ratcliffe going into that one once more. Great action materialising all the way through the field. We've got packs starting to develop here as well. 1 and 2 fighting. Then we've got 3, 4 and 5. Then we've got 6, 7, 8 and 9 all scrapping it out here as well. And then as you can see, Bazani, Sinkovic, Griffiths, Walker, Nowens, Kazunis further down are still going at each other here as well. It looks like these drivers aren't going to stop, Steve. They're just going at each other every which way they can.
Mate, they're taking every opportunity they can. Every little sniff is being taken full advantage of. And I can't believe that we're still seeing guys go 2 wide and 3 wide, and we're into lap 4. So there's still people really, because look at this in the background there, 3 wide. That's Fitzy and a couple of the other boys just deciding they'll just take it as far as they can.
That's Fitzy, Cochran, Chapman there as well. McHenry all involved. They're going to be 3 wide going down into turn 1. What's it going to be like coming down into turn 2? Well, I can tell you there, you can see it on your screen. Fritz there is looking spicy. Now he's got to try and get this defence up and running down this marine sweep. How is this one going to turn out, Steve? Do we think they're all going to make it through?
No, this is going to be pot luck. 2 by 2 like this, and look at the way they're catching the draft. These boys are going to be nearly side by side, very close to 4 wide. Looks like they've closed the door where they can, but down this hill, this breaking point, it's going to be very interesting. Oh, look at that.
Fritzy got a
nice and clean. Well done, lads. Well done.
Fritzy got a little bit of a door bang there as well.
Safe.
Yeah,
I think they all just playing a bit safe then.
To be fair though, but we're 9 minutes in, you know what I mean? They've got to be sort of thinking about what they're going to do now, the positioning of the car as well. It's all going to be a little bit more sensible, because you don't want to end up at the back for race 2.
No, you don't. And look, I'm looking at the timing chart at the moment. Marty Walker has got Newens, Noble, and Toddy Thornburn all fighting for each other in the back of it. They're like 0.8, 0.02 the two of them just switched places just then. Newman has just switched there with Noble. Noble's made his way around him, and look at that again. Newman's getting pressure from behind by Todd Thornburn, and he's actually just racing with Velocity Sim Labs, nearly started with them. He is one of our co-producers, one of our backup guys who's just come back to New Zealand. Toddy is known as the Curtis Stone of New Zealand, so he's a very, very popular, very, very popular TV chef.
Oh, I learn something new every single day.
In New Zealand, that is.
Oh, okay, that's probably right. Callan Hodgkinson, Cam Hardwick, Matt Feedy are battling out there as well. McHenry and Cochrane also going at each other with Ty Delaney in the background, trying to get through in that lovely 95 Lightning McQueen liveried machine. Now we're on the long straightaway again. The top two, Dylan DeBono, Joshua Houghton. It doesn't look like Dylan's he's like, it didn't always look like he was trying to go for that position. I think that's the thing, Steve. When you're going for a position, you're doing this, right? You're side by side, you're going down. Dylan just seemed quite happy to push him along there, and it's almost like they're trying to escape the pack of Gallo and Quentin Ratcliffe before they start fighting a little bit later on.
It's not a crazy idea. Dylan's sitting at the top end of the table, so it's for him to finish in the top 2 or 3 is really, really important. I just noticed that Sam Kutakazinos has actually got the fastest lap on track at the moment. He's sitting on a 2:32.798, which is a blistering little job there in 18th. So he's finding his way out the back there with Dylan Bazzini, my brother Dean Sinkovich, and Marty Walker as well. So those boys are putting up a bit of a fight and a bit of feist. Look at this going, 3 down, virtually 4. Oh, he's turned almost. Jesus, I don't know how some of these boys make it.
Well, with a wing and a prayer, dear sir, and a thank you prayer on the way in and a thank you on the way out, I can tell you that much. Matt Feely there with Doug Gowans, Heinrich Griffiths, all involved in this little mid-pack section right the way down. Dean, who is fighting there, he's got Marty Walker closing on, so if he's not careful, he's going to be dragged into that fight as well. Peter Wilkinson side by side there as once again. He's currently in 11th overall here and is doing a great stellar job once more battling it out here as well. There's some great action. That's the pro and am situation as it is at the moment. You can see the closest battle here in the pros is DeBono and Houghton. They're 0.2 back from each other. Everybody else that's into the fight is either pro-am or am, all scrapping it out, and there's some great action on track. We've just seen it there, Gallo and Cord side by side going into turn 12. Are you going to hold it, Gallo? That was a big old opportunity, and he did hold it there, Steve. A great job for him.
Yeah, some nice clean driving and very crisp, but this isn't over yet. There's still a bit of poking of the head in and out of each mirror. We've got another guy, Dan Bartucci, just hit the clock the fastest lap with a 2:32.669.
They unfortunately found him.
Yeah,
didn't we? Hearing got shot.
He's in Neverland at the moment.
It's kind of you kind of almost put this as that Sunday drive territory in Nan. You know what I mean? You're just poodling around there. You're trying to catch up. You can't. Always very, very difficult here as well. Now DeBono, is he going to be making his move over Houghton? He is. What's happening further back? Gallo's under attack. Quentin Ratcliffe there once again. They're 2 wide further back. Cochrane and Chapman, also Fritzy's in the mix. Ty Delaney's escaping in that Lightning McQueen car there as well. He's on a run, he's getting away. But there's action as Gowans is fighting out with Feely and Henry Hardwick as well. There's a lot going on here, Steve. Not entirely sure where to point the camera there, buddy, but there's a lot.
Every week, all I'm doing is looking at the timing board for you, mate, to see where it's closest. I'm looking at Brandon Croucher, Kevin Wakefield, and Brendan Soper down the very back at 24th, 25th, 26. 0.1 of a tenth, 1/10 and 8/10 behind each of these guys, finding themselves through. So there we go, just as we picked it. Oh, silly boys! I'm not sure what happened there, but both of them looked like they were in no man's land, coming down that bit of track. If you are in the chat, let us have a chat with us. Let us know who you want to see, who you want to go to. At the moment, I can't see any chats at all in our YouTube channel. So come on, people.
You can see there, he just kind of come down on him. Unfortunately, you can't squeeze him. He's not an orange in a juicer there, dear sir. You've got to give him room. As we say over here in the UK, he can't just disappear. He's not Harry Potter. So, unfortunately, you've got to give him that little bit of room. Hardwick under pressure here as well. He's got Sam Katsikazunis. Hey, Sam, I got it right, hopefully. Here, battling away for him. No, look, check me out. I get better as I get longer in, Steve. You know, I'm like fine wine, mate. I get better as I get going. So there we go. However, you do just have to pop the cork off me. Josh Houghton, De Bono still scrapping away at the front here, buddy, as we're on lap 6.
Tim Corner's just called in. The car that's in front of him right now, and Shane Ratty Ratcliffe, he's called him in for weaving unnecessarily down the straight. So in our rules, you can move one direction, then come back on the straight, and that's regarded as a move. You can't continually do it. Also, you can't move under brakes as well. So I'm not sure what the situation was, but he's definitely called that in. Brad Anderson, hey guys, just got on luck. Good luck, fellas. Thanks, dude. I think you just said that, JP, but I'm usually used to a lot more people in the chatter, so let's get in there.
A little bit quiet at the moment here as well, but it ain't quiet on the racetrack. Houghton, De Bono is bump drafting him down the straight. We normally see it in NASCAR. We're seeing it in the Shannons GR86 here as well. Great action materializing. Kurt Chapman under attack currently as well, with the fast ever looming Fritz once more going to try and go around the outside of one. Going to get room on the exit. He is. How much room? Wow, he gave him probably quite a lot there. Did Chapman once more as Cochrane's sitting in there just enjoying this action. Not really sure where to go, what to see, what to look at. And Cochrane's now making his opportunity.
Left the door open for him.
Yeah, you
definitely left the door. And that little bit of contact between Fritz and I can't remember who the other car is right now. That was enough to give Cochrane a bit of a leap in there.
The Chapman on the front there in the white. And whoa! No, not on the straight. Not on the straight, boys. Come on. Come on. You just.
Oh, that was lucky.
Yeah, he managed to hold on to it. He did touch the grass there. Kazunin is coming back through with Hardwick. He's still stuck behind Hardwick, unfortunately, not really making the gains that I'm sure he probably would have hoped for. I think what's happening up front at the moment is very smart from De Bono. He's put in. Oh, he's made a mistake.
Oh, was that contact? Was that contact or just?
Oh well, we can have a look back and see here. We're coming. Houghton just puts his foot down. Foot down too early. It was exactly what we said. Can't go slamming the throttle, and Houghton looked like he did that coming out of that corner. And unfortunately, it's just sent him round there as well. We did explain it at the top of the show. Too many beans on your right foot there, buddy. And your back end wants to join your front.
Yeah, this is true, and it's this car loves doing that. It definitely loves doing it. I do it a fair bit.
Yeah,
it's a bloody great night. Look, we've got about in this first heat, and there's battles left, right, and centre everywhere for us to look at.
Absolutely, you see here as well. This is third, fourth, and fifth. Then we've got Ty Delaney and McHenry not very far apart. Then we've got the Chapman-Cochrane-Fritz battle. It's more Cochrane-Fritz there as Chapman's run away like a scolded cat at the moment. He's trying to open up as much of a gap as he can. Doesn't want to get dragged into it on that straightaway, but Gallo's under pressure from Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe side by side going down into turn one, passing the pit exit now. He's not got long as Ratcliffe. It's the final lap of the race. You can see Barney waving at the top of your picture. Now Ratcliffe's going to go round the outside. Gallo's got to give him room once more. Here, the head down the hill into turn three. Don't worry, we can count here as well. We haven't gone 1 to 3. There is 2 in the middle, but it's not really a corner. Ratcliffe is going to try and send it round the outside. There could be a try. He's just managed to hold it on.
The momentum coming through. Just a quick heads up, Brendan Soper, car 27, has got himself a drive-through penalty for that contact with Kevin Wakefield coming down the hill.
Yeah, that was kind of inevitable in a weird way, wasn't it? Because the action itself was very closed him up. He pinched him there as well, and you can't really pinch on the exit. There we go, Ratcliffe and Gallo. Gallo goes wide. There's going to be a run up the hill into 6, surely. He's
just maintained the pace there. this is a critical section here. It's nice and tight. It's not really a section for too wide, especially this next bit of the corner.
These guys holding it a bit wide currently at the moment. Are they going to be able to make it through? They've gone through one half of the track, practically it's too wide. They've now settled in. Ratcliffe did make it through, so Ratcliffe, Gallo and Khan. We've got Velocity Similar, we've got Carlin's Motorsport, and we've got Locked On Racing. And at the back there, Khan is definitely locked on to these two guys as they're heading on that run down from the kink right the way down into Canada Corner. Let's see who's going to get this one, but I've got a funny feeling here, Steve. It's going to be as they were here, because there isn't many opportunities left for overtaking.
No, and this is a fight for third place, people, because first place is just going to be taken out by Dylan DeBono and Joshua Horton. So they've got it pretty much in the bag up front there. But Gallo is currently leading off. His nose is just got a whisker ahead. He's got himself through. Followed by Shane Waffney and Tim Court. I still can't get over the poo colour Locked On Lads car. I'm sorry.
Bit distressing.
Yes.
Dylan DeBono.
Oh, Josh was gone up a bit.
Yeah, he put Houghton under pressure. Coming out of turn 8, DeBono's going to take the win here in the pros. It is going to be DeBono. It is going to be Houghton. Gallo should get it in the pro-ams there. And he does an excellent job of going over the line. And it looks like Fritzy's going to lock it up in the arms as he comes over the line. He isn't going to clear Kant, but he does take the AM championship, or the AM opening win, we should say, here as well. Now we're going to go back down to, where's Marty Walker? He's down there. He's having a battle
he's just
as
at
well.
17.
Coming over the line. They finished as they are. What about your brother? How's he getting on? Is he going to grab the last?
Not too bad. He's done second in class, so he's had a good drive.
Definitely has, and a stellar job from Dean Singh. About to come over the line. That is the order of the finishing positions at the moment as we wait for the rest of the pros to come over. If that was the opening race for us, we're in a little bit of trouble for the others.
Yeah, we are. Trouble because you got to do a lot of talking, mate. But it's a fun race. The battles are everywhere, mate. There's just no one gives in anywhere from the. You got 33 cars on track tonight, so that you can go down to 29. You got Hodgkinson down the back there with Soper and Thornburg. They're all still fighting. Byrne, Bartouche, Wakefield, Dean with Heinrich. You had Newens with Walker, and then you go up the field again, and you had Feely and Katakazinos. It just doesn't stop. You just got to, you people out there, you need to tell us who you want to see as well, because we're focusing on the tight battles here and there, but we're also out there to make family members happy to see their siblings or spouses or children racing.
Definitely. Yeah, there's a run down to the line. There is a run to the line. This is Johnston. This is Price. It's going to be closing up now. The speed's going to be coming. Who's going to get it? Oh, Johnston just...
Looks like Price has got him.
No, I think Johnston got him. We'll have to wait for the official results, but I got
that was so close.
Got a funny feeling Johnston might have got that one. Let's have a look at the results here from this Heat 1. And I think you can safely say it's been an epic start here as well. Dylan DeBono is your winner in the pros with Josh Houghton in second place. Then we got the Pro-Ams of Gallo and Ratcliffe. Gallo did take the win with Ratcliffe there as well. Kant finishes out the podium for the pros, and Ty Delaney finishes out for the Pro-Ams. Then you got McHenry, Chapman and Cochrane. Fritzy takes the win in the arms there with Gowans, Feely, Katagazunis, Hardwick, Bazani and Noble down in 16 with Marty Walker 17. Shane Nowens takes seconds in the arms with Brandon Griffiths down there in 19th place. On from that, Dean Sinkovich takes the podium in the arms, wrapping up third place ahead of Kevin Wakefield. Dan Bertouche, who had an absolute roller coaster of a race there for race 1, down in 23rd. Then you got Daniel Byrne, who also had somewhat of an up and down race 1. Vince Valen in 25th, Soper in 26th, Johnson, Price 28th, Peter Wilkinson down in 30th. Then you got Callum Hodgkinson, Todd Thorburn, Mark Turner, Troy Maguire there as well, and the rest obviously at the back end. So that was a great opening to what plans to be an epic race 2, I think, here as well, Steve, and it's going to be very, very interesting.
It is. Now I've just heard on the RC channel that Peter Wilkinson is starting from pit lane for an incident in the later parts of that race. So he's serving he didn't get a chance to serve the drive-through, so they've got him as a pit lane starter, which is probably not a bad thing on this track. We had a very clean start to the last one, not even close to a safety car, which I was very surprised with. But let's see how the boys handle the second race, because the Fevers are going to be running a little bit hotter, and everyone's going to be a little bit gung-ho.
Sure they will. Sure they will be going for it once more. And why the hell not? Let's just get it on here as well. I might regret
You've got
that.
Daniel Fritz. Top 10 reverse, right? Yeah, so you got Daniel Fritz. He's never comfortable at the front. He'll be going pop-pump, 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 pop-pump on his seat, pumping away, getting very excited. So we got Daniel Fritz, Mark Cochran, Kurt Chapman, John McHenry, Ty Delaney, Tim Cornt, Shane Ratcliffe, David Gallo, Joshua Horton, Dylan DeBono. That's rounding out your top 10 reverse, because we had DeBono and Joshua going through first and second, and the rest stays the same.
Oh, we're going to get them all onto the up and running there. Brad Anderson and Eugene Bowers practice for Tuesday nights. That's, of course, the V8. Is the V8 car night, isn't it?
That is. It's the V8 Pro-Am night.
Well done to you, Brad. How did it go, by the way? Did hey, or boy, oh boy. That's low. But I know for me, I need as many hours as God could get out on track and have a practice. Well, so, but let's get this up and running. Let's get this epic racing. We're going to have the lights on once more. You can see them on your screen. It's going to be going 5 lights, and we are going. It is green, green, green for the Shannons GR86 Pro-Am and Am Series in association with Motorsport Australia here as well. And now at the moment, Fritzy's got the run. He's got the lead down into turn 1 with Cochran, Chapman, Delaney and McHenry with Cant there as well. 2B2 all the way back, right the way down the field. You can see not a massive gap at the moment. Oh, Cochran.
Close.
Cochran and Chapman going at each other here as well as they're heading down into turn 3. Cars everywhere. It looks like me doing a jigsaw where I just chuck them on the table and hope for the best there at the moment, because that is the way that we've got the racing going on here, Steve, and it's unbelievable action.
Well, Fritzy's got himself a fantastic little run out there. He's got no draft or anything, all on solo, and he's got himself a gap already of just under 1 second. So well done to him. But the boys behind him, the 1, 2, 3, 4, are going to make it tough for this corner. And look at them all just going side by side, 2 by 2 now.
Absolutely.
3 by 3, bit of touch. He's gonna. That was lucky. That could have been a lot worse. We've got DeBono got caught up in that. He's got himself back on.
4 wide going up the hill. They have settled it down. That was Gallo who went round at the back end there. Unfortunately for Gallo, Ty Delaney trying to get onto the back of Chapman. Cant's got a little bit of people behind him with Houghton trying to come back through as well. Mealy, McHenry, Katakazunis also in the mix with Hardwick in there. Still 2B wide, taking it further back. Oh, it's just going off. Tim Cant takes a run trip over the grass, Steve. It's all a bit manic here.
It is. Tyres are cold, and people get a bit excited when they've got cold tyres sometimes, and you just got to keep it clean, guys. Keep it clean. If it's not on, it's not on. You can't put the nose of this car in, just throw it in and expect it to stay there. You're going to turn someone around on a tight end like that, especially the first 2 laps.
Absolutely. Katakazunis there as well. There's people off on the
2
side.
gone wide.
Oh, come on, boys.
That re-entry was lucky. There was no one side by side there.
And that's one of the problems. You're going to be aware that people are going to be coming alongside you. Cam Hardwick once more. DeBono's in there. Gowan's in there. Bazzani's in there. Ratcliffe's in here as well. You want to pick out all the other colours, go for your life. The only ones I can recognise is Dan Byrne in the Carlin's Motorsport car. He's there in that red machine. He's in the mix as well, Steve. Heinrich's jumped back to the pits. Callum Heinrich back in pit lane here as well. He goes round with a locked on. He's there once again, pulls it forward, instantly quits out though. So I don't know if that's permission to do that, but whatever it was, did it on his own.
Yeah, here we go again. This corner down here is starting to make it a bit spicy. The corner, what do you call it? You call it 3, sort of half 4, isn't it? sort of like 2 corners in one as you come down the bottom here, and it seems to be giving us a fairly few feisty incidents and a lot of pace to be gained coming down this hill if you can maintain it.
Absolutely, you need to carry as much speed in these GR86 as possible. That's what makes the interesting thing about these cars, doesn't it? It's a very momentum-based driven machine.
Fast guys drive these cars on the edge. They're constantly sliding them with the understeer, oversteer into different corners. So they, you know, Jamie Christians is a perfect example. He throws that car around like crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Troy Maguire's had a little bit of a tat-tat-tat.
I wasn't sure how that was going to come out, so I just shut up then for a second because Fritzy was getting a bit of pressure. Mark Cochran and Kurt Chapman are getting onto each other's tails there, and I thought, here we go, but they've spaced it out again and gone back to this little second, third, and fourth. They're very, very, very close to each other consistently.
That's the thing, isn't it? Guys were battling away in race one there as well. Chapman's on the grass again. Delaney, wow. That's all we can say about that, as Delaney took mad evasive action to move away from Chapman there to allow him back onto the race circuit. Ratcliffe's down here with Hardwick and also and Griffiths in there once again. We got Byrne trying to come back through the field. He's trying to recover with Dan Patouche. Once again, both of these guys did not have a very successful race one. Let's hope their race two's a lot better.
Yeah, these boys, it's a bit, you sort of forget when you're out there how bad your first race was. You want to forget it when you're like me in the back there, but it's good to see that the boys straight away getting in the rhythm and getting nice and smooth straight away. There's no one doing anything way too silly.
Well, you could say that about Mr. Houghton, who's up 6 places, but I'm sure that's probably not silly. I'm sure that's probably the fact that he's just naturally. Let's hope he doesn't make a mistake like he did in one. Cause himself a bit of drama. Drama here as well. Chapman's now going to look at pulling out. Fritzy's under attack from Cochrane. Is Cochrane going to use the Bono technique and just push Fritzy along, try and open up the gap? Chapman is not employing that technique. He is going side by side with Houghton down into turn one. The battle in the pros is hotting up. We've got Cochrane, Houghton and Chapman with Korn in there as well. And Fritzy, of course, the AM here doing a stellar job, sitting second overall, side by side with Houghton and Chapman. They're still side by side here, Steve.
It's been spectacular. Fritzy's done really well to hold it to lap three and a bits to come through, and he still hasn't given up. He's sitting in second place. An exceptional job for Fritzy. I thought he would be getting the sweats and doing something silly by now, but really good effort by him.
Absolutely. The thing is as well with Fritzy, clearly he can keep hold of his head, right, because of where he finished in race one in the overalls. He clearly isn't slow, so you know.
Yeah. Watch Horton here, mate. Watch Horton here. He's going to try to go 2 or 3 passes.
Oh, he's taking 2.
He's managed to get him under brakes, 2 of them all in one go. Will he hold Fritzy off? That's a question.
Fritzy's already got him going up the hill under the bridge there for turn 6. Fritzy's going to come out in front again. Wow. Well, he took a dive and a half there, buddy.
That was a brave move, very brave move. Could have gone either way, but he was lucky enough that he's controlled it right through. If he didn't make that move, he would have had a drive through for sure.
Absolutely, because he terminated 2 machine process there. See further in the background, Delaney is just getting overtaken by Feely. There was a spin up from Carter.
Newlands is gone. Hold your brakes, son. Hold your brakes.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, more contact there as well. Hold your brakes again.
Oh no!
Wow.
That was Feely in the original incident, I think. Have a look here, Matt Feely there in the purple machine on the right-hand side. Was there contact, or did he just slam? No, there was contact. He didn't give
closed the door on the top of the tie there.
Didn't give Delaney a lot of room there, bud, and unfortunately it's going to be a tough one. And then we've got the further on incident from that as well with McHenry.
He's reversed back into that car that spun. Who was that car that we just watched spin? Newlands. If you watch it a little bit longer, he's actually reversed into 2 cars, not holding his brakes. Watch this. Here we go. 1, 2. These cars get collected. 1, 2.
Oh,
silly man. 3 cars he's taken out because he hasn't sat in the spot where he's supposed to. Oh, people, you need patience, mate. You need patience. Not sure who that was.
Oh, I'm not sure who was involved in that one. Let's have a look further through. Newlands there once again. Further down. So we've got Nuance, Feely, De Bono here. All could have been involved in that one. I don't think it was De Bono, but I've got a funny feeling it may have been Shane. Yeah, was it Shane Newans that got caught? We have got a safety car.
I think it was Shane Newans that spun, yeah.
Safety car is out.
Whoa, that's the first one for tonight. First one for tonight. So it looks like Newans has taken out 3 cars when he's not held the grid then. So we'll see what happens as we go.
Not involved with it. Problem. I don't think
it looks like he got Mark
No, he
Turner.
didn't have an option. Watch, Newans there just trying to avoid the spinning Feely, and he just didn't have anywhere to go. I bet he sat in that car, Newans, and we'll see it from his onboard here, Steve. And you can see as he comes around the corner, he's coming in, and everything's fine, right? You know, you're doing well. Then Feely starts backing up. The pack clears. Oh! He literally...
The Feely that spun.
Yeah, Feely spun, sat in the middle of the circuit. He then reversed, and Jay Nowans had this view. But if you watch the car in front, he just splits here as well. He just turns around and goes,
Nowans is driven into the... So was that Feely that spun and didn't hold his brakes then? Well, he's going to cop that one from race control. I can tell you that right now.
Well, the problem is, I think, here for Feely is you can see it here. He does spin, but then he sits there and then waits and waits and waits. And then all of a sudden he starts making... So he's got his brakes on. Brakes are locked on now.
Yeah,
just
and
stay
he should be
where
still
you are.
holding him here.
Yeah, just stay where you are.
This is where he should be sitting.
And
I don't know what he thought he was doing there. He should have been still sitting there with his brakes on. And poor Newans copped a beauty there.
Didn't see much to Shane Newans as the others spread out around him, separated like crazy, and unfortunately it was a little bit of a drama. Chris Burridge from Tuesday V8, welcome in so much. There's a serious lack of M1 drivers. I'm English, you're going to have to explain that one. Here, is bump drafting allowed? Well, to a degree, yes, but you can't obviously push them off the track by the time you get into the corner.
No, exactly.
I can see potential for some be sensible.
You've got to leave the space where it's needed.
Yeah, dude, you can't bump draft him in the corner because you're going to have it will be just too dramatic there as well. Great racing so far. Nice sitting there watching with a... Wait.
Oh, really? Oh, mate, cheers to you, dude. We've got 14 people out there. Please like, subscribe, and tick the notification button. Also, reach out to your family and friends, get them to join as well.
A little bit early on the board for me for a whiskey. Being...
Oh, you can always have yourself an Irish whiskey, a bit of coffee, and a bit of scotch in there as well, mate.
I could do that, mate, but the fact that I'm surviving on not a lot of sleep at the moment, I'll probably be asleep after that one. And unfortunately, my day doesn't stop after that. So, I can't do that. I mean, imagine walking down to my school run, picking my kids up half sloshed. I don't think they're for us to be. But see here as well. Safety car kicking off. Thank you so much again for joining us. It's just like, subscribe, turn on the bells, and do all that other fancy jazz that you can do on YouTube for absolutely free. Don't forget, get yourself involved in that as well. Stuff up and running. What I will do for you once more here is I will post the live timing link and follow along the action there as well. Click on that live timing link. Follow the action once more on what is going to be happening. Well, so I'm sure there's going to be a lot more racing coming up here, and I don't think we're going to be yet, Steve. See it more and more happening.
Oh, look, their drama will not stop. It'll keep going. We've got boys here. They're going to catch a breath for a few seconds and then hopefully come back a little bit straighter, a little bit more composed, and straight out there and show us some more action.
Hoping that first link. Oh, but that's the link there, guys. If you copy and paste that into your browser, you will be able to see the live timing and all the action. The pretty colours on the live timing. Don't forget, we have got a multi-class, okay? So you're not just seeing pretty colours because me and Steve have run out of Christmas lights. You're seeing pretty colours because they do actually something. So in the grey is the AMs. The Pro-Ams are in the black, and in the green is the Pros, okay? So if you're looking at the live timing link thinking, James, what am I looking at? Well, that's what you're seeing there. I hope that makes it a little bit clearer for you all as well. Thought I'd get that in there, Steve, because otherwise people are going to think they're looking at pretty Christmas tree bikes.
This is true. This is true. There's we might even go as far as putting a bit of a key down there in the actual section down the bottom. Look, the boys are getting antsy, and RC has just told the boys to keep the comps to a minimum because they're all getting antsy and asking if we can go faster and everything like that.
Well,
the RC won't take it if they go on when they're not supposed to be going on. They will give them a silent for a few minutes, and when they come back, if they keep going, I'll give them a black and white flag warning.
That's the problem, though. You're always going to have that. You know, you get it in real life F1. You know, people moaning about the safety car not going fast enough and not being able for them guys to keep up the tyre temps and stuff like that. But it is one of them things, isn't it? You've got to be aware that this situation happens, and you've got to be aware that you've just got to suck up what you've got there.
You do. And these cars, they take about, on this track, will probably take about a lap to get it back up the temp. Some of these boys will drive it like a madman anyway. They're very good on cold tyres. But then again, what you got to remember as well is if you get off in the dirt and the dust on these cars, the car doesn't respond straight away as well. It takes a little bit of time for those tyres to come back from that as well.
Never thing, I'm not travelling around with portable tyre blankets on here, so they are just going to have to make sure they can take it going on from there. Otherwise, they will be in a little bit of trouble. Get up and running as well. Car is out. You see it there in that Merc as well.
Here's some update for you. Car 43 has been told to pull into the pits because he's done the whole safety car lap and they can't see him. So he's been asked to pull in the pits and try to fix it. So unfortunately, that's for him. Matt Christensen, how's the veterans class coming along? Matt, it is out there, mate, already in the AMs there, most of the old farts, mate, including me normally on a Thursday night. So please come in and join anytime you want.
Car 43, unfortunately, Josh Houghton does seem having some in. But as we've said with Lee, he's got two choices. A, make sure he's not on Wi-Fi. That's not going to help. And B, reset the router. Now, if he sets the router, it's going to be this session. His whole router system, so iRacing, whatever other programs. So he's going to lose out there. And when we talk about this, these guys don't know this is happening, right? It could be your mum's out.
No, they don't. No. Some of them have called it in. They will know bits and pieces. Just to interrupt you there, JP. Safety car is pulling in, and car 61, Greg Johnson, has been told to do a drive-through for an incident that happened prior to the safety car. So the leader has the field.
There we go. Cochrane's got it. On run up over the field. Not entirely sure I would have left it this late. I've got to be honest, because you're opening yourself up to a run down in turn one. You're back in the field right up here as Cochrane at the moment. He is living in a dangerous water there as well. Now is he going to be able to hold it? Yeah, down. Is he going to be able to hold it down into turn one? We're up and running. We are green flag racing once more here. But a GR86 Shannons are live from Road America. Here once more. Cochrane did manage to hold it there, but he played that risky game.
Here we go. They're nice and clean. There's a bit of discussion in there about people towing without permission and that sort of stuff, but they'll be discussed a bit later after this race between race 2 and 3. But I'm very impressed with Daniel Fritz and him still sitting in second place, 6 laps in, with what have we got here? 17 minutes gone through with probably about 2.5 laps to go.
Fritz sitting there now as well. Done a great job. He's managed to hold on. To be honest with you, Steve, I think we're going to get this one and one more. I think that will be it here. I doubt very much we're going to get a second lap in, not with these lap times on the board. Of course, we're in the GR86. It does take a very long while to get round this circuit, and I think overall see now we've barely got any gaps right the way down to Forburn. There's an incident with Bazzani. He's going down the order. He's sliding down the order faster than pushing my daughter down a slide at the park at the moment. But Bazzani, so let's see what he's got.
Two cars going through black flags as well, JP. We've got 007 going in through the pits at 283, going through the pits as well for incidents on there too. So that's Matty Feeny for not holding the brakes before.
We kind of knew that was coming, but Bazzani there going up. 7 and 8, and unfortunately got tapped round. Cochrane still leading this one. We're going to be on the white flag lap. It is the white flag. Cochrane and Fritzy are going to be leading this lap. Fritzy in the AMs, Cochrane in the pros. I think Fritzy needs a promotion after this one, Steve, with how Carson's going.
Nice, well done. Fritzy and Cochrane are doing some great driving there. Someone else is getting in the mission. The captain's trying to get in the mission on there as well. But Fritzy needs to keep holding that outside line and getting the pace through these final few corners. Hopefully he gets enough draft to get his position back. But what a battle in the back there.
Still scrubbing it out there as one of the Carlin Motorsport boys. That's Dan Byrne in the background. Now here we go over the final lap. There.
Look at this.
Side by side, Cochrane and Fritz. Chapman behind him there as well. Kat Kazunis in there. Is Sam going to come through? 2B2 going into turn 1. Who's going to get it? Cochrane's on the inside. He's in the grey. Fritz is in the bright green. Chapman's in the white. And Kat Kazunis has got a nice little gold nose, I believe, on the front of that GR86. Oh, it's a red nose. There he is. Almost like Rudolph, bless him. So there we go for Kat Kazunis. Contact with Chapman and Kat Kazunis. They've made it through, Steve. But now they'll run down into turn 5.
Zunis is still staying there on the inside. I'm not sure how we managed to get momentum to come through and still stick with these boys, but Cochrane's got it there, and Fritzy is still up there. We're talking about an AM driver fighting it up here at the pointy end of the field and doing it exceptionally well.
Absolutely. If he thinks good on this track, it's going to be interesting to see what he does over the course of the season, because I can tell you that much.
Chapman's making a dive.
He's trying. Oh, Sam, hold it.
Katazuna's got wiggly. I'll tell you what, lucky Katazuna's got wiggly there. He lost a bit of pace because it allowed Chapman to tuck in nicely with no interference. Otherwise, it would have been on for young and old.
Oh,
another one gone.
Ratcliffe's off the side of the circuit there, unfortunately. Ratcliffe's off. Now we've got this Fritz Chapman. Cochrane's opened up about 8 temps. He's up through turn 9 at the moment, going into the carousel. Got 9 to 14 to go. So let's see how this one pans out here and whether or not he's going to wrap this win up. Is Cochrane. Is he going to do it in the pros, do we think?
Look, he's gapped it nicely here. I think at the moment the battle's going to be between Fritz and Chapman for second place and Gowans and Katakazunas for third place if one of these two doesn't come off. But it's going to be time. Oh, there it goes. Just we said it. Chapman's gone out wide, lost a little bit of momentum. Will Fritz maintain it?
I've got a funny feeling it's going to be Cochrane's going to take this victory. There isn't many places left now. Fritz is holding on with Chapman. He's still got it.
Well done by Fritz.
I can tell you this much. People are going to be questioning, why is he an AM? I'm even questioning why he's an AM, putting it on this pace at the moment.
I think he should be. This is an exceptional battle for him. I think he should be a Pro-Am in all honesty. I think he is actually going up the Pro-Am. And they're evaluating that right now. Oh, he's nearly lost it. Oh, my God. Is that going to kiss? Is that going to use him up the top?
Cochrane's going to come over. He's going to take the victory in race 2. We've got a sprint down to the line from Chapman and Katkazunis. It is going to be Katkazunis who's going to get it. Fritz gets second. Then Gowan's there once more. Then we've got Dan Batouche. He's running to the line. He's got Byrne tucked up. What about Mark Turner? There's all the people off, and none of them are far apart at the moment due to the safety car situation we just had here as well. It punched them right up.
And if you go to into 13th position, my little brother is going to be taking his win as an AM.
Wow. There you go. What more could you ask for? Steve, watching him take the win as an AM here.
What more can I ask for? Someone to take him out so he doesn't get away from me.
Not that we promote purposely wrecking anyone on the SRWtv
No, not at all. Not at all.
Here as well.
Not at all.
Please don't report us. It was only in jest.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm glad that the viewers can't hear the chitter chatter going on tonight. This second round after the after the safety car. RC's had a bit of a handful, a few lippy characters on track tonight, so I'm pretty sure there'll be a few conversations going on between race Heat 2 and Heat 3 at the moment. So I hope he Thomas Freeman sorts them out real quick.
Sure he will. Cochrane, there is your winner here with Dan Fritz taking the win in the AMS. Gowans gets second and Kazunas takes the third place here in the pros. A great job from him there with Chapman and Khan. Dan Batouche taking the victory in the Pro-Ams, of course. First one in 7th. Then you got Dan Byrne and Dylan DeBono. Then you've got Mark Turner. He's wrapped up second place in the Pro-Ams with Hardwick wrapping up the third place there as well. Dean Sinkovich, second place in the AMS. Don't forget, we did get Fritzy took the victory there in the AMS.
That's right,
but Dean getting second. Still a great job with Hodgkinson, Gallo, Griffiths, and Thorburn behind that with Brandon Soper rounding off the AM podium there as well. Josh Houghton, 19th. Mitch Noble, 20th. Vic Velen in 21st. Heinrich in 22nd. Nowens 23rd and Wakefield in 24th. Then you got Troy Maguire and Dylan Bazzani down there in 25th. Ryan Price, Ty Delaney, Tom McHenry, Peter Wilkinson, Matt Fee, Marty Walker, and Greg Johnston rounds out the back end of the field. I don't really know what we can say.
J-Mac at the back, John McHenry at the back. He's usually a top 10 finisher. Also, just looking, where did DeBono finish in that bit of carnage? Because he's fighting up there for the title at the moment.
Bono is in 9th place overall. Dylan DeBono.
9th place overall. So he fought back. We know he had an incident early on in the race and dropped out about 15, so he's fought his way back to about 9th, which is good to see. The boys are going to be sitting there having a bit of a whinge and a chitter-chatter in the Discord rooms and having a bit of a laugh in the lounge where I usually am. Let's just have a sneaky look to see who's in the lounge. Maybe I can steal someone. What do you reckon, JP?
Go for your life, mate. Anybody in, go for it. Got down.
All right, let's see who I can give some shit to, huh? We've got a few people watching, 8 people watching at the moment, so plus Facebook. So come on, people. Tell your family that the race is on. What have we got? Hodgkinson, Mitch, Dean. Let's grab my brother. Let's grab my brother and see what the hell was going on back there. All right, Dean, just so you know, you cannot swear. You're on live TV. How are you, bro?
Oh, good. I mean, I was just watching a video. Lucky I didn't swear, eh?
Oh, yeah. I can see you guys are all having a chitter-chatter up the top there, and I thought, I'll just pull Dean out because they're all going to be pestering you. What do you think, Dean? What do you think? What do you think? Was it my fault?
Yeah, it was.
How'd you go, bro? You finished second in that second race. Fritzy absolutely dominated from the front and actually got second. Was he pumped in there or what? Was he in the other room?
Well, no, he was in the other room. He'd already disappeared. Yeah, I got a good run on the safety car. There was a few incidents which brought me further up the pack, but I had 3 M's in front of me. One was Greg and 2 other guys. Just before the safety car went, so I knew I had to take them, and I got them on the first corner. Luckily enough, I had some pace.
Yeah.
And,
did you thank Tony Philly for the carnage?
Was that him? Was it? We were trying to work out who it was. Yeah, okay.
It was. It was Tony Philly that spun around the bottom of the hill there, and I thought he'd taken a few people out, and I thought, oh, this is going well for you, bro.
Yeah, no, he's done well, better than the first race where I took myself out and lost probably 7-8 positions, so that was a bit of a disappointment, but it's the way it goes.
That's all right. Look, as long as you're having fun and the rest of the room's not busting your chops, it's all good.
It's all about the points, Steve. All about the points. That's what I said to
that's what I said.
Noble.
Someone's going to take you out because you're sneaking away with it now.
Well, I've got to work hard. So. The teammate Mitch Noble's in our room as well, so he's working hard with us. So we're doing well.
Who's in your room?
Mitch is in it with us.
Mitch Noble, I've noticed Mitch is keeping his nose clean tonight, which is good.
Yeah.
All right, look, we'll
right.
let you go, bro. Go out there and have some fun. I suggest you do some warm-up laps, so you need to practice. No biting? All right. Take care, bro. All right. That was my younger brother of 3 years, my little brother Dean, who's unfortunately faster than me, JP. So I'm going to have to sabotage him somehow.
How are you going to do that, mate, without sneaking under his rig and unplugging it or something? I'm not entirely sure there, dude, to be blatantly honest, because you can't add ballast to him. Unfortunately, everybody else gets the ballast as well within iRacing. You can't just signal it out on one driver. Cochrane's in YouTube chat. That was a fun race. Well, it looked quite fun from our point of view. Taking the win there, buddy. Well done for you. It's been a very interesting in a racing so far, because to be fair, apart from Fritzy taking the win in the AMS twice, there's been 2 other winners in each class. So we've had Dylan DeBono in race 1 for the pros, Cochrane in race 2, Ratcliffe for the pro-ams, Gallo, in pro-ams for race 1, and then Batouche for race 2. So a good mix of winners. I think that's the thing, isn't it? When the league's nice and tight and close together, you're getting that good mix of people who can take a victory.
Well, this is the thing about it. It's the multi-class racing just makes it so interesting for everyone on track. From the back of the field to the front of the field, there's always something to fight for, and the quality is there with a really, really tight field. It just makes it so damn much fun. It's ridiculous. I've got to get you out there one night, JP, just for a spin with all of us.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how I could do that while I'm up here. Well, I could do driving commentary, but that could just be horrendous, to be honest.
Maybe we could do a few practice sessions when you're in there, and we can record it. Because what we do sometimes is we get a lot of our crew. We all get on one of the practice nights. Sometimes we all get out on track together, have a bit of fun, and we set up some little races. So that'll be definitely one. We'll make sure it's in a time frame or a time zone time that you can actually come in and join us.
Yeah, definitely. I'm running the V8s on a Tuesday.
Oh, have you had a spin in the V8?
Yeah, mate. I took it. My first experience in a V8, and I took it round Nords.
Yep. Oh, of all tracks, you took it around Nords.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
I decided if I was going to test it. Yeah, but it was testing my ability, wasn't it? Toughest car, toughest circuit. Let's just put them together and see what happens.
I think you were testing your mental stability, not your ability.
Let's just put it this way: it didn't go well over 154 corners. You know what I mean, so
yeah, I didn't think so. Look, I've done some running in the V8 out there, and it's fun. It's not too bad. It's a lot of the boys love it, but it's such a long track, and if something goes wrong, towing from there is just like, oh my god, forget about it. You might as well just pack up and go home for the day.
9-10 minutes. To be fair, bud, and as soon as you wreck, sit there, done. I'm not going to get out again. It's so long.
Exactly. But in saying that, there's bound to be other people that wreck as well, because it's a very tough track. So getting back out there and getting back on track is not a bad thing, because you may be further down the field, but someone else might be even further later on.
Yeah, that's the thing. If I'm going to run it, I'll run it in either a little MX-5 or SR10 is one of my favourites to drive around there. But I start the back. I can't be dealing with the grief, because there's always Torpedo Harry, generally in a Red Bull livery, that's going to go and absolutely torpedo everyone here in turn 1, or as they drop down the hill to the fast right hand at the bottom.
The first 10 corners are just hectic, aren't they? There's just no room for error.
No, and people always seem to think last to first by the end of the first corner, and you're like, no, I'm just going to sit here.
No.
Hey, and when you're
especially on that track, I suggest last, because you're going to lose at least 10 cars.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the first lap.
And generally as well, what I will do, if I need that little SR game before the end of the season, I'll go and sit in the pits, wait for them all to get about 30 seconds down the road, and then I'll join the race. Because otherwise, don't make it. And you can guarantee somebody somewhere is going to be crashing, and then voice chat's going to be going absolutely. So, look, it is what it is at Nords. Yeah, V8 car around Nords was fun. I lasted half a lap in an official before I got put in the wall. That was nice.
Well, that's another thing. Nords is so tight and slippery that it doesn't take much for another person to take you out if you're not taking yourself out.
Safely so. There we go. Let's get this going. We're waiting for the warm-up to come at the end. If you just joined us and you're wondering why is there an Australian and Englishman waffling on about Nords, we are in a warm-up, guys, as well. So partly why we're sitting in it here as well. So I'm in Pro-Am, says Mr. Cochran.
Yes, he got promoted to Pro-Am this week, so he's done well, and congratulations to you, mate. It's not a hindrance. It's what's Dean doing out there, trying to ruin the car on purpose? Yeah, I think he was. It's not a hindrance. It's a great achievement, mate. Well done. Shows that your consistency and pace has been really, really well.
Then there's a mistake within the timing software because I've got you as green, which I'm pretty sure is pro.
I probably just need an update. Oh, we're gridding up, mate. We're gridding up.
Yeah, Mr. Cochran, I've got you in the pros here, buddy. So you've had a double promotion. Well done to you. Not happening very often here in the series. But congratulations once more on your promotion into pros. Let's be real though, Mark. Come on, you can hang it up with the best of them. Let's not worry about just one little class up here. You're doing a stellar job.
Yes, exactly right.
Yeah, I think
yes,
some
he's
people
proven he can do it all right.
Yeah, underestimating your ability, Mark, I think. Kurt Chapman is on pole position there with Sam Katkazunis in second, Doug Gowans in third, Dan Fritz in fourth with Cochran in fifth. Come on, stop running. Tim Khan in sixth, Dan Patucci in seventh, Dan Bird in eighth, Dylan DeBono in ninth with Mark Turner, Cam Hardwick and Shane Ratcliffe rounding out your top 12. Then on from that, Dean Sinkovich there and Callan Hodgkinson down in 14th, David Gallo, Brandon Griffiths top third, and already, blimey, we are off and away. We are going all together there as well, completely unexpected here once more. We didn't even get through the grid, apologies for that one, but they took ages to grid up in race 1 and 2. They do it within about 10 seconds in race 3. Let's get this up and running now as well. Chapman, Katkazunis, Gowans, Fritz and Cochran all lead going into turn 1. Side by side, 2 deep there as well. Patucci and Byrne trying to make their way through. Recover something from this evening as Houghton, and there's your brother. There's your brother.
He's gone out wide, and then Noble to avoid him has gone out wide and hit the wall as well. Unfortunately, 2 Team SRW cars looking a bit the worse for wear. But the boys out the front, Chapman got himself off really well, and Sam Katkazunis, followed by Doug Guns Out Gowans and Daniel Fritz in 4th and Mark Cochran in 5th. So it's a reverse top 5 for the final hit of the day, and it looks like Gowans is already making the move on Katkazunis. Mark Cochran on Fritzy. Fritzy's dropped to 5th. Here we go. Oh, there's a bit of shake and tail there. 1, 2, 3, 4 locked on Lance cars in one area.
Yeah, in that nice colour that Steve does find rather attractive here, although he will deny it as well, as these guys are scrubbing it out with Camry and Delaney in there once more. Again, there, the locked-on boys have got to be careful. There was a little bit of weaving going down that coming into the 5. There was also a very sharp move in the braking zone, so be a little bit more careful there, boys, because if they call that in, you are going to get punished.
Having a stiff. Ewan's having a stiff. Is he going to... I don't know, what's he going to do there?
Action all the way through. Ratcliffe's in the middle. He's trying to go around the outside of Cam Hardwick. Gallo's in the mix in that. Carlin's there as well. So let's see how this one pans out. Alton's back on the grid. Hopefully he's gone and fixed his internet. Now Gallo's here again with Hardwick and Ratcliffe battling it out. Up front, Chapman's got opened up a literally about 8/10 of a gap at the moment with Gowans and Katkazunis once more behind him. Cochran still sitting in 5th place there as well.
Boys are doing some heavy moving here. DeBono is already up a couple of places, 3 places, but the biggest mover so far is Troy Maguire, who's just gone from 10th, 12th to 11th, dropping down to 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th. I spoke too soon. He's obviously been in a bit of contact and worked his way back down the field as well.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. It's all about maintaining your position. Hardwick's gone off the side of the circuit. What is Cochran going to do here as well? Now we've got Maguire, Bryce and Wakefield. They've also looked like they've taken a trip with Bryce and Callow. I think it's just going to be slight touches on the grass down into turn 14. On the board now with Cochran. You can see DeBono in front of him. Hart can see us in the back there as well. He's alongside us. We're going too wide. Yes, we are doing it. We've got a locked on racing. We've got Mark Cochran. We're going to have Cochran's going to come through there as well. Is the boy on the inside? Can't going to come back at him. He is on that run down into turn 3. Now we've got Byrne in the mix as well. The Carlins in the right hand side in the red livery. Still scrapping it out again. On to turn 3 they go there, Stephen. Great racing so far.
That was unbelievable. That was like 2, 3, 4 wide at the moment, but it still doesn't stop there. They're still just battling it like crazy, not holding up for anything. The boys who got momentum out of that bottom corner are going to be killing it. Here we got again. Here we got to dive down on the inside. We've got 3 wide here. He's got a sniff on the inside line. He's thought better of it. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's Mark Turner. He's gone wide. I'm not sure if he had help or not, but that's cost him a lot of momentum and pressure from behind him as well.
Absolutely. So some great action kicking off once more. Ratcliffe still in there with Cochrane. Burns still there as well. Batouche. Now we've got Gowans. He's coming under pressure from Kat Kazunis, who's recovered from what can only be described as a dreadful race 1, but is now working his way back through. He's had a great race 2. Now he's having an even better race 3. So Kat Kazunis there doing a great job once more. There is the current standings in the situation in the pros, the AMs and the pro-AMs. As you can see, it is the pros that have got the close battles with Mark Turner, Ratcliffe and Batouche battling it out in the pro-AMs there, Steve, as well.
Bono's made himself way up onto the 4th place, so he's doing really well. His main rival, Josh Horton, is still sitting in 8th, so he's only on 1 place to his 3. The boys are doing exceptionally well across the front. You can see that the battles are still very tight everywhere we look. From down to Delaney and the boys fighting behind him, McHenry and Bunzini and Soper. Then you've got another battle pack again, Mark Walker, and behind him you've got Johnson, Sinkovic and Bunzini. So the boys are fighting everywhere, wherever you look.
Yeah, there's no stone unturned, no place not battled, all the way down here, in fact, to Kevin Wakefield in that machine there. He's battling away with Vic Vetzweilen there as well, and that is all the way down into 26th and 25th place. Fritzy here, he's trying to get onto the back of De Bono. Con's trying to hold up a long list of drivers.
Look at this.
Is he going to be able to get it here as well? Come on, Byrne, Cochrane. 3 wide, almost taking it down into turn 1. Are they going to manage to hold on to it here? Is it going to go all complete Pete Tong? Well, let's hope not. As Burns on the right-hand side. He's had a roller coaster of the evening in race 1 and race 2. Holds it through the outside.
Oh, geez, that was close. He's just managed to move across as he's found the gap. Oh, that was close. I don't know how his pit crew was doing then, but that was ridiculously close. We're fastest lap tonight at the moment is 2:31.91. We haven't had anyone break the 30s yet, but Joshua Horton did that.
Definitely Gowans and Chapman side by side. This is for the lead of the race here in race number 3. Gowans, Chapman, that's 3 spots, so we ain't even gone through turn 5 yet. Off up the hill now into turn 6, the left-hander up into the bridge, a blind apex. Leading your braking point, on you go, getting it in, brake dragging on the way through. De Bono's working his way through as well. He's on the mix here as well, Steve. These 3, these 4, these 5 could all end up coming back together again as the race goes on.
As you're seeing Doug Gowans at the front fighting Kurt Chapman, he's bringing everyone into the race, even all the way back to Tim Court starting to catch these guys as well, Mark Cochrane. Before we know it, we're going to have the top 10 within 1 to 5 tenths of each other, so they're all catching up.
You can see De Bono's making his way through, as Chapman is way through Kakazunis. Now he's got Gowans in the mix once more. Cochrane's further back, sitting 7th, a list of cars he's got behind him here as well. So there's great action all the way through. Pack racing as such. We've got 1 to 6 battling it out. Then we've got Tim Conn who's trying to catch up. He's in that no man's land. Cochrane here as well, another man trying to break away from Turner and Byrne. They're not letting up as they're coming down into Canada corner now, the right-hander there. Cochrane does manage to get in ahead, so does Turner, and Byrne unfortunately loses out there as well. Chapman and Kakazunis side by side going around turn 14. So.
We've had Callum Hodgkinson being given a drive-through for a bad rejoin, so he's going to lose his position up in 13th and be going and saying wave goodbye to about 30 to 40 seconds worth of racing. But these boys are still 2x2, where you can see them all coming up 2x2. I can't believe that these cars at the moment on this track, I expected it to gap out a lot more, but we're getting actually a lot closer racing than I expected at this track.
Exactly. I think that's the thing, when you've got such a high drive circuit, you are going to be able to have that racing. Look behind this group. Look at these. There's Cochrane's in there with Turner, Byrne, Houghton, Batouche, Ratcliffe, Hodgkinson there as well. We know Hodgkinson, I think, has got a penalty coming actually as well, isn't he? He's got a drive through, yeah. So
I think he's just served it.
Yeah, so Hodgkinson now, unfortunately, had that drive through. as well. So nice little interesting section of cars battling away on the run down to 5. We've got DeBono and Cowans there nearly side by side. DeBono doing what he did to Houghton in race 1. Pressure, and hoping the big nut that is Gowan in front will crack eventually.
Oh, that was close. He's taken him wide and nearly pushed him all the way off. We've got a car that's actually requested tow. I didn't hear who it was, but someone's gone off the base there. It looks like that's DeBono's just cut. No, that's Daniel Fritz defending that position to Tim Court. So he's having his own little battle there and trying to hold off a 5th place, which is very respectable for Fritzy at the moment.
But a great job. He's going to be taking the win, I think, as well in the class. All 3 races. So stellar job from him. See on the left-hand side the colours there as well. Orange is basically under 5 temps. Yellow's out between 5 and a second, and white and above. And if you want to see what that looks like on the racetrack, well, let's go and see Lightning McQueen down here with Feely, Bassani, Forburn, Soper and Heinrich, all not very far apart as well. And some great action all the way through the field.
Close.
Yeah, they're still scrapping all the way through though, Steve.
Yep. That's, is that young Finey there?
Feely.
Who is that behind Ty Delaney?
Bassani and Feely.
That's it. Yeah, but yeah, Feely. That's it. Feely, who spun earlier on, but Zenny is the brown poo coloured car. Ty was really struggling to pull that car up there. Did you see how much the front end was shaking? And now he's got pressure from Feely and Vanzini all in one go. He needs to keep this clean so he can get the gap going up into the main road.
It's always hard.
So the story behind this.
Sorry, buddy. Go on.
No, you're right. The story behind this poo brown colour car is that the boys from Locked On Lads are doing a charity drive up in Queensland where they buy a shitbox car. It's called a shitbox rally. And they've got sponsors they're looking for and donations. So if anyone wants to pop some money in for a charity they're racing for, please reach out to Locked On Lads. That's why the cars are all poo brown, because they're racing, I think it's a Sigma or a Corolla or something like that. And that's what the colour is of the car.
Nice. Sure, that would be a thing to favourite.
Yeah.
Gotta be on. Let's see how they get on as we break into the 9-minute mark here as well. DeBono, Gowans, Katkazunis and Chapman, the front 4 in the back. I believe that is a Carlin, a Burn there, trying to on the right-hand side. We're going 2 wide into turn 5. We're going to go 3 wide. Katkazunis literally by a nostril hair doesn't hit Gowans, which incredibly close. What's going on further back? Well, we're going to see Byrne coming up over the hill with his Carlin's Motorsport machine. He's alongside Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe's got Batouche pushing him out. Now Batouche goes through as they're on that run up, down into turn 8. The left-hander is going to be a very difficult corner, this one, Steve. I think it's going to be very interesting. Yeah, this one pans out. 8 minutes remaining here and some great action once more.
Action everywhere. I mean, these guys are just... I'm just every time I look at the timing tower, I'm like, where do I look? Where do we go? I mean, I'm seeing times from Delaney and Feeney there at 0.2s, and then you think to yourself, oh, let's go watch that. But then we've got Brendan Soper with Callum Heinrich and Shane Newans on him on 3 tenths. It's just everywhere to be seen, and then no one's letting up at all. With 7 minutes left, this is where it's going to heat up. Some of the guys are going to, depending on how hard they push their tyres, some of their tyres are going to start getting a bit loose at the rear end and starting to lose some pace.
Tell you what, man, it isn't. It's a Katkazunis closing in on Gowans with the Bono. We've got Chapman, believe it or not, be alongside us at the moment, going through turn number 13A there as well, going into 14. So let's see what Chapman is going to be able to do. Is he going to be able to slipstream Katkazunis down into turn 1? Katkazunis close enough to get it off Gowans. Is Gowans close enough to get it off the Bono? Well, ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your hats, grab your drinks, grab your popcorn, because you're going to find out very, very shortly as these guys go line astern down into turn 1.
And all 1, 2, 3 boys at front are all Velocity Sim boys, all one team doing a block out in the Shannons GR86 National, doing a great job. I just heard over the radio that Brendan Griffith, he's got himself a drive-through as well. I'm not sure what the incident was for, but he's on his way through the pits.
That's a shame. Once again, in the background, still happening. Mark Turner, Byrne, Cochrane, Ratcliffe, and Batouche there. I reckon Cochrane's sandbagging, you know. I reckon he's come out in YouTube chat, said, no, I'm a pro-am, don't put me in pros, look, I'll prove it to you. And he's dropping places and he's down into 10th place.
Well, he's got some really fast boys around him. Josh Horton has just got himself the fastest lap of the race, 2:31.667. But he's got some fast boys around him. Down Bartouche is no slouch. He's a fast driver. He needs to get a little bit of consistency in his racing. He's really fast on a one-lap pace. We've got a spinner there. It looks like Daniel Fritz.
Oh, what's happened here?
Daniel Fritz. He's got himself. He was sitting in the top. Yeah, it's a shame. He was sitting in 7th place there, a respectable position, and unfortunately, like we just said, the tyres are getting usually around lap 7. The tyres rear end starts to go, the front end starts to go, so you get a bit of oversteer, understeer happening. And when you're this close to cars in front of you, and someone taps that brake that little bit earlier, or has a little bit of an episode coming through, your reaction is dramatised by your tyre heat, and it accentuates what's going on.
I'd like to point out your brother is down here just about to wrap up his 3rd podium of the evening. He could even get the win if he can get past Soper, if he can get past Nowens, and if he does that, we are never, ever, ever going to hear the end of it here as well. And what it would be like in the Sinkovich house, it's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah, exactly. He's usually got the pace on both these drivers, so it's his consistency. He just tends to sometimes overdrive a little bit, so he's doing really well. He's got Heinrich behind him as well, and he's putting pressure at the same time, but Dean can be quite, as you can see, he picks his lines very carefully. Oh, he's done really well. He's blocked Heinrich off, and at the same time, he's tucked in behind Soper. What a great little move he's done there. So he's got one more to go. He's sitting in 2nd place.
Yeah, I've got to give him credit there. That was probably move of his life there, blocking off one and overtaking at the same time. Stellar job there, buddy.
Yeah.
As well. So
we won't talk about how much arse there was in that or how much class there was in that.
Well, either way, he's going to need some underpants by the time he gets out of it there, buddy. I can tell you that much. But we've got Gowans has just gone past De Bono for the front. Chapman's mixing it in. De Bono's trying to go up the inside of turn 3. In the background, Kat Kazunis is dropped off. He's got Houghton and Kant for company. These guys battling out on the run down the Marine Suite. We've got 4 minutes remaining. Probably going to get about 2 more laps, if that, here this evening.
Yeah.
And that's going to bring it to the end here, Steve. But I think we can safely say it's been an epic night of action.
Oh, I'm loving every second of it, mate. I would love it a lot more on track, but it's good to be up here in the box with you, mate, and enjoying it from the bird's eye view. And look at Chapman putting a little bit of extra paint on De Bono, trying to slow him down. But De Bono is that De Bono?
It's Chapman's in the back, isn't it, with De Bono?
Yes, it was De Bono. God, I thought I was losing my mind. De Bono is a wily character behind the wheel, mate. He knows exactly how to rub and race. Well, Chapman's called that in just then, and to me that looked like Chapman was doing the rubbing. So that was an interesting one there. It's interesting calls.
Yeah,
Let's see what the RC says.
Yeah, do you know what? If that's called in and it's action, that's a bit of a squishy. You know what I mean? Because there didn't really look much in it. They just looked like they were racing.
No.
And at the end of the day, you know, don't want to be that guy. You know, you pulls it in because he went past you. No, just go back and battle him. You know, you've got the opportunity. Just go straight back at him. Don't call in just to try and hope to get a position. If you're quicker and you're going to race him and do it on track. You know what I mean? Let's not be a little bit squishy.
On his own team, mate.
Yeah, De Bono's going to get through there.
You know what? It's not a bad idea for them to swap places as well, because De Bono needs a point for the championship, but Gowans should be here on the back blocking out Chapman if he can, and it looks like he's done the team thing and he's blocked his run, which is a very smart move. Gowans is a very good driver and a very respectful driver, so it's good to see. You're spot on, mate. Calling that out is one of two things. It's petty and childish, or it is let's put the guy off in front of me and just call something and piss him off.
Yeah, but the thing is as well, what's it going to gain you? You're going to get, you might, if RC come back and go, oh yeah, that's really offensive, I'm going to give you a drive through, right? Which I'm hoping they don't, because otherwise I might end up in there with my comments. But listen, if he calls that out,
no, they've just called it. No further action. No further action.
Well, they're fair play. Gowans has gone through now. De Bono.
That was smart move there. That was a very smart move. Did you see what De Bono did? De Bono could see the pressure was coming off on Chapman, and he slowed down into that apex and let Gowans in front of him, and that in effect blocked him out. Some great team driving there, really, really good. Some people don't like it, but you know what? Racing is team sport. It's not just about the one individual. Out there, you've got to be able to block and run and do the team thing as well.
What these should do now is go side by side. If they go side by side, Chapman's got nowhere to go. He's got to try and make
nowhere to go now.
No. He's got to.
Here we go.
He's sent in.
He's not going to hold that. There's no way he's holding that.
Oh!
That was a dive. Yeah, there was no way he was holding that. Not making the move from that part of the hill. There's no way in the world.
I know I just called him a bit of a soft melt, but I got a funny feeling.
He's called that in as well.
I wasn't surprised.
He's been a bit of a smart ass then.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised
he's
he did.
gone to race control. Let's have another go at this one, race control. Can we call that incident in? So race control was going to slap him on the wrist for that kind of chatter on the... Yeah, that you've done...
Turned in
early. Where do you want to go, mate?
Yeah, that's the thing.
You can't turn down on him. You've got to allow space. If you're going to go do that, you're going to stay wide. You can't expect to turn in.
Yeah, you can't. And that's the thing for me, I think, as well, for Chapman. You know, you can't expect the guy to, as we said earlier on, he ain't Harry Potter, mate. He ain't going to be able to evaporate off. And see, he's trying to go on. He sent it in deep, which is fine. Oh, mate, I don't know. When you see it on that chopper view.
That's going to be one for the RC to look at. Depends who was turning where. Yeah, that looks a bit different from that angle.
Yeah, when you look on board. But here we go. We are going to wrap it up.
We're at the 20-minute mark. Have we had Barney come in?
Yeah, he's been out. He's been waving, buddy. He's been waving. And I've just also seen, if Chapman's had a worse day than he has right about now, I'm going to show you something here as well. Unfortunately, he's just put it in the wall at turn 12. Once again, I think that's just frustrating. What's going to happen here is Gowan's going to let De Bono have this one. He is. De Bono's going to take it here as well. Gowans is going to come through. What's De Bono going to do? Is he going to block him off? He's not. Houghton's going to come over in
that was
third
team
place.
That was team racing, as you can see. Congratulations to Dylan De Bono coming in first across Heat 3 for the Shannons GR86 Nationals. And then there was Ducky Gowans coming in second. And I think it was, who was third? Was it
Houghton.
Casinos?
Houghton got third. Whether or not he's going to hold
Horton.
that.
Yes.
Whether or not he's going to hold that, though, because there was contact with Chapman going into 12. Chapman got a little bit of a push.
Yep.
Put him on the grass.
Oh, that was lucky.
Yeah.
That was lucky. It could have been a lot worse.
Well, let's find out what's going to happen there as well.
Yeah.
Fully understand it on the run down here as well. Mitch Noble's going to come over the line. Johnston and Hardwick again. See there, that's a Carlin Motorsport. How did Dan Byrne end up down there with no front bumper? Where did that all go wrong for Dan Byrne then? Because he was him and Ratcliffe.
So what was our class wins? Our class win is Dylan De Bono first, Doug Gowan second, Joshua Horton third. And in our AMS class was Ty Delaney. Where's it gone? It disappeared on me. Ty Delaney, Mark Turner, and Scott Ratcliffe. And then for the AMS, there's a bit of extra damage there as well.
Did you not see that?
For the AMS? No, I did not see that. For the AMS? Oh, no. My brothers won it for the AMS. Second, Shane Newens, and third was Brendan Soper.
Yeah, well, I would, if you're having troubles in game now, I'd probably look at the link I sent for the, and I'll show you how Byrne ended up losing pretty much all of his front end there. I'm going to take it back just a little bit, mind you, because it starts with Sean Ratcliffe here as well. So this is where it all kicks off. Ratcliffe's on the outside. Bang.
Oh, yeah, Ratcliffe lost momentum and spun into the back of him. Oh, how close was Feeney there? Oh, just between them. It was like Days of Thunder.
Absolutely. Right, guys, we can bring you up the results, and we have got them in here as well in this feature race. And I think you can only say it's been a race of the ages here as well. So let's have a look at the final results for race number 3. We've got Dylan De Bono in first. Not entirely sure why that's got a little bit funky there. Doug Garvin's in second. Josh Houghton in third. Sam Kazunis in fourth, with Tim Kahn in fifth. Kurt Chapman sixth. Cochran seventh. Hodgkinson eighth. McHenry in ninth. Then you've got Ty Delaney Down in 10th, Turner, Forburn, Bazzani, and Patouche in 14th. Then you've got Dean Sinkovic taking the AM win. Shane Nowens in 2nd place there. Marty Walker 3rd. Brandon Soper, Dan Fritz in 19th. And Matt Feely down in 20th. Then you've got Kevin Wakefield, Mitch Noble, Dan Byrne, Callum Heinrich, Shane Ratcliffe, Greg Johnson, Cam Hardwick, Vic Venezuelan, and then Brandon Griffiths and David Gallo on from the back end of that one. I can tell you what though, buddy, there is going to be a few people calling in that end, and RC is going to be a little bit busy coming over that last few laps.
I'm just caught while you were talking, your dulcet tones were going. I was listening to the chatter on RC. So there's 3 instead of still left to clear up. So some of these positions might go south on some of these things. I'd say the one with Cochrane will be one. The one with Horton might be one of them. It'll be debated, but it's good to see the passion out there and these boys driving like, you know what? We're not driving for sheep stations, but they're driving for pride.
Absolutely, and I'd like to point out as well, not that I like doing it, but I'm going to have to give Mr. Sinkovic here a big shout out because only driver across the classes, by my reckoning, that has wrapped up 3 podiums out of 3 in the class, and he's had all of the positions: 3rd in race 1, 2nd in race 2, and then takes the win in race 3.
Oh no!
I know.
So you mean I'm going to have to listen to this all week?
Well, what can you do? He's 3 out of 3, and he's the only one that's taken it. Hey, look, he got a bronze, a silver, and a gold. I mean, what more could you ask for?
A gold, God, and it wasn't an ice skating where everyone else fell over in front of him.
No.
It wasn't a Bradbury.
No, I don't think he was chucking banana skins out the window like Mario Kart either, buddy. I've got a funny feeling there.
Oh,
But-
believe me, he would. He's one of those guys that you play pool with, and he leans over to put a ball in his other hand as he's lining up his cue, will just gently knock his own ball in the pocket. You know.
We have got Mark Cochrane waiting for a chat here as well. Let's have a chat. That the man declared he was pro-am. I've got him as a pro. Should he be a pro? Absolutely. But let's see how he feels about it. Mark, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
Sorry, I missed that. I had race control in my ear. Sorry, JP.
So I give you a great intro, and then you just completely miss it.
Yeah, sorry. Take two.
No, I can't do it again, Mark. I'm sorry. So it's a one-time opportunity. One-shot deal, buddy. You're going to have to go back and watch the broadcast. Anyway, how was it for you out there, mate? It looked a bit manic at times.
Oh, look, it was hard work. There was non-stop action. A lot of slipstreaming, out-braking your opponent. But overall, I think it was a fun race. I didn't have any incidents, but I could hear and see some in my mirrors. So I'm sort of glad I was at the front for most of the race. Races, sorry.
Yeah, I think I put you in for a promotion, right? I've told Steve he can't take you out of pros, despite what you say. I think I put it down to sandbagging a little bit in race 3 there, Mark, because I read what you said in YouTube about I'm a pro-am, and then you went out and proved it in race 3 by dropping down into 7th. I personally think you should be a pro, Mark. Why do you not think you should be a pro?
Oh, look, when Ryan and I were looking at the data, I fit in that category of the pro-am. I was in that little cuspy area of whether I go in pro or pro-am, and we might need to reevaluate.
Is that you
Don't worry,
admitting,
mate, we
Mark?
won't hold it to you over one race.
Don't tell him that, Steve. You're going to chuck him into it next week. Oh, blimey, you can't give him too much love. But, Mark, overall, I think it's been a very successful evening for you, buddy, and congratulations. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
A big thank you to Pagnian Advanced Simulations, Next Level Racing, Dubby, Fanatec, Stump Grinding, and Tree Service of Central Coast. Big thank you to the ongoing support of Team Apex, and thank you to the team for their ongoing support in the races.
Okay, Mark, thank you
Before
so much.
you go, mate.
Oh,
before you go, one question for you. Have you spoken to Steph during the week?
I briefly.
Is she still on a high from doing her first broadcast last week with us?
I think so. I'm pretty sure she's very keen to do a few more with SRW.
I believe she will be. I think she's got a date Friday night, but Friday night going forward, she will be required in the booth. So, JP, Stephanie Piccoli, who usually races in the GR86s, did a stint as a host for us last Friday night in the IMSA series. And we've invited her back to finish the season after this Friday. So we have our first official female broadcaster.
Oh, there you go. That'd be a good one to look out for tomorrow there, guys, as well. And I'm sure I'll be sat here watching while I'm working alongside it here as well. That's going to be an exciting one. But Mark, thank you so much there, buddy. Forgot you're still up here in the booth, bud. We'll let you go. Just for joining us, and hope you have a good one.
No worries. Thank you, Stephen and JP.
Good luck with the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
Right. Let's go to Dylan DeBono here as well. Takes the victory in race 1. He takes it in race 3. He has a roller coaster ride here in race 2. But let's have a chat and see how he feels about it here as well. Dylan, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
Hey, boys. How are you? Good.
I'm all right, mate. I've just watched some manic racing. To be honest, there was a lot going on during them races.
Yeah, for sure. You know, that first race was good. You know, got the win there, and then the second race, the top 10 invert. You know, I got a reasonably good start. Was up to 7th or 8th, and then just a couple of minor incidents where I was run off the track. Where I had to run off the track to get round one, and then just got caught up in a couple of incidents. And there was a safety car when from 24th to 8th in 2 laps, and then just managed my way through the last race and got the win.
It definitely did. You and Doug over the line in formation. Was Doug told to let you through, or was that just Doug being nice?
No, you know, Doug is one of the best. He's one of the best teammates out there. You know, he'll do anything for you. We're racing hard. He helped me out, and I helped him out a little bit. And he missed a couple of rounds earlier in the championship, so he just pulled over to the side and let me through. You know, all mutual grounds. You know, it was on his behalf, which I really appreciate.
You do a bit of T driving there at Velocity Sim Labs, and I noticed there was one bit when you're coming down I think it's the second corner coming down the hill, and you let Dougie through while you were kindly in front of Chapman and slowed him down, so Dougie could get him through, and then you were side by side down the straight, and you blocked his draft pretty much together. It was a great bit of teamwork driving, mate. I'm really impressed.
Yeah, mate. Thank you. You know, that's what teammates are for. You know, and we try and do the best of that at Velocity Sim Lab, work together, because that's essentially what we're for here, being on the team. You know, and some people don't agree with it, but I think it's just pretty smart.
What was
it's racing.
Yeah, what was your take on the incident going into turn 5? Because initially we looked like he thought he come down on you, and then we looked at the chopper cam and it looked like you went in a little bit deep and was about a foot away from the apex. What's your perspective of it? I don't know what the outcome was from RC on that one, but what's your perspective from that incident going down into turn 5?
Was that the one on the last lap?
Yeah, last lap, buddy.
Yeah. You know, I saw him come raging around the outside. I was like, oh, he's going to be in there pretty deep. And I was like, I just slowed it up a bit earlier, and I turned in, and he was turning in at the same time. I think it was just a racing incident, you know. Nothing came out of racing control. They just said no further action, and I think it's just close, hard racing in GR86. That's what you're going to get.
Well done to you, Dylan. A massive congratulations. 2 victories here tonight as well. Anyone you want to shout out before I let you go, buddy?
Yeah, thanks to Velocity Sim Labs. You know, the boys there, they work tirelessly together, and we're building a good group of guys here, and we're getting faster and faster. You know, 1-2 with Dougie and Sam in 4th. That's a pretty good effort. You guys for putting on the broadcast. You know, without the broadcast, there would be no viewing back and watching the race. Getting the sponsors out there, SRW for all the work they do behind the scenes, so we can go racing 6 nights a week.
Agreed. Dylan, thanks so much for joining us, buddy, and have a great week.
No worries. Thanks, guys.
Right, I've got to do this.
Oh, mate, look at the list in the room. I don't even know who finished where anymore. Cochrane, we've spoken to.
You've got to write it down on a bit of paper. Write it down. You've got to have race notes. Oh, no. Come on, bud. Look, I'm going to impress you with this one. Next up in the booth here this evening, we've got to have a chat with a man that's took 3 podiums out of 3. The only man out of the whole field who's done it. He's got a bronze, he's got a silver, and he finishes off race 3 with a gold. But let's welcome in Mr. Dean Sinkovich into the booth. Dean, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
JP, well, thank you very much. Yes, I realise that. I bronze all night. Well, pretty much bronze all night.
Oh, you won the last one, you deal.
Yeah, you got silver in the second one.
Did I win the last one?
Did you just?
I didn't know that. Yeah,
Steve, I don't know why I bother giving intros at the moment. They're not even listening. It's just like a waste of time.
He's not, mate. I told you. He doesn't listen the best of times, mate. He's not going to listen just now. You know what he was doing. He heard his name up in lights, and then all from there was just doves and stars going around his eyes, and he wasn't even listening to the rest of it.
I was talking to someone in the green room, and then all of a sudden I just dropped into the broadcast room. So it caught me off by guard, So yeah, we're just talking about yesterday's race. But yeah, no, it was. You know what? It was good. I got a touched up first lap, first corner. I was just talking to the lad in the room, Josh. He was a part of it, and I had to work my way back all the way from the back to. It was hard, tough, but I did it. So yeah, I was wrapped. Good racing, good track, good race. I don't usually like this track, but it worked well for me tonight.
Oh, it definitely did. You got right. I'll do this again. You got a gold in race 3. You got a silver in race 2, and you got a bronze in race 1.
Oh, right? There you go. There you go. So I worked for it.
Yeah. So you're more.
But you know what sucks?
What's that, mate?
Training. We did 8 laps last night, me and him, and I was faster than him. This is what sucks.
Yeah. Oh well.
Hey mate,
well, that's proofs of the pudding.
If he wins any more, buddy, he's going to have more medals than the 4-pedo himself, isn't he? You know what I mean? It's going to be manic. Jesus, we ain't going to
proofs of the pudding. Who's the better driver?
God. Yeah, unfortunately, Steve did get sent up here in the booth with us as well, Dave. But look, buddy, you've had a great night. I'm looking forward to seeing when you come out on the championship there, mate. Anyone you want to shout out before I let you go?
Oh yeah, yes, of course. Again, pat on the back to you guys, broadcasting wise. So well done to you both. So I appreciate it very much. Without you, obviously, we don't have a show. So well done, JP and Steve. Obviously, the race stewards, they worked very hard tonight. I can tell you that much. Mr. Friedman and Mr. Leakey. So well done to them as well. And obviously our sponsors. We wouldn't be here without our sponsors. Shannons Insurance, Warren and Brown. Motor Neuro. Is it Motor Neuro? No, it's Neuro.
Motor Neuro,
Steve,
yep.
help me
Neuro
out.
Power.
Neuro Power, sorry.
Neuro Power, yep. Rim Industries.
Motorsport Australia, Rim Industries, and there's one more I'm missing.
You're missing DSL Railway Services and Shunts. Shunts. Res Bears are an event sponsor, not a stream sponsor.
Oh, that's okay. I can mention.
That's all right, bro. Now that
part of the SRW.
Now that you've made a few attempts to the booth, maybe it's time to write it on your whiteboard in your garage so you can see it. How does that sound?
Yeah. Do you know what though? It's pointless because I'm in VR.
Oh
well, you're not in VR right now, buddy.
I am actually.
Oh dearie me!
Oh, you're a deal then, aren't you? Get him out of here, JP. Thanks, bro. Have a good night.
We're going to let the Chuckle Brothers are going to take a break from each other here as well. We're going to pop Dean back up into the green room. Dean, take care, buddy. Have a good one.
Cheers, JP. Thanks, buddy.
Oh my God, the two of you together over Christmas dinner must be an absolute nightmare for anyone in that household. I can tell you that much.
JP, you've got to watch our review show. If I can finish it tonight, I'll post that up on YouTube and you'll see it there. And we have a bit of a laugh while we do our review show and a chuckle. So there's that's nothing compared to what we normally like.
Right. So we're going to bring in one Mr. Josh Houghton into the booth here as well. The man that took second place in race 1. He took third in race 2. Third in race 3. His internet in race 2 caused him a bit of a problem, but let's have a chat with him here as well. Josh, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing well, mate. Pretty ecstatic after that one, gotta say.
Yeah, not bad. I want to pick up on race 2 before we go into the others there, buddy. What was going on with the internet? It was all over the place.
Well, I had a look through my error logs on my computer just to see if there was anything going on, and actually iRacing had an application hang because my hard drive ran out of storage, so it just died, I guess. nothing I can do.
Dude, that was me thinking the kangaroo run out of food and then but never mind, buddy. Race 1 though, second place, that weren't bad. One little mistake though, bud, cost you the win.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. That corner on the inside there, if you touch it in the wrong way, it likes to send you flying, which it did. Tried my hardest to just send it to come right back up with the Bono. I think I was in his toe by the end of the race, but yeah, no chance after that mistake.
Yeah, mate, and then we went into the Manic Race 3 that was just, well, it was just going off everywhere for you. What was it like out there in Race 3?
It was hectic, man. There was cars everywhere, people off the track, spinning, late braking. Almost got rear-ended like 4 times. It was nuts.
Yeah, it was, dude. I fully agree with you there, buddy. It was absolutely manic. But, you've got some points on the board. That's all that matters from Race 1 and Race 3. Going forward, what's the ambition, Josh, for the rest of the season?
Well, hopefully I'm going to keep pushing for that championship. I'd love to have a GR86 one underneath my belt, but I've got to talk to the internet providers about that one because it doesn't seem like they want it to happen, huh?
Well, that and your hardware, mate. You've got to check your storage space before you go into the next one. Make sure you get rid of one of the biggest things as well, dude. I will give you a little heads up there. Delete your paint file, because the last time I deleted my paint file, I took about 6 or 7 gig off my hard drive. So make sure that gets going as well, bud.
I'll give her that one a go. I just went through and deleted all my replays, to be honest.
Yeah, that as well, mate.
A little bit.
Yeah, well done tonight there, buddy. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah. First of all, I'd just like to say a massive thank you to you guys for running the league. But also some big shout outs to my own team, Vermilion Motorsports. We have a few sponsors. We have Burling Motor Group, which is a car dealership based down in the Gold Coast. We've got Dr. Epoxy, who are your goats on flooring. We've got Homo Setups. We partnered with them and they give us setups every week to help us go further and further. We've got the Goats of Sim Racing. We've got Moser. Goats currently running an R9 V2 and a KS wheel for my setup. We've got Burb Paints. Can't stuff that up, man. It gives us all of our liveries, the one I'm running right now, all of our new 2024 liveries, and they look amazing. We're also sponsored by Racelab Overlays. You know them, they're the best. And we got Whitey's Pies Racing and Supernova Motorsports.
Well done for
Jesus
you.
Christ, that list is getting bigger and bigger. Well done, mate.
No, mate. It's just getting on and on here. I thought he was telling me a story, not shouting out his sponsors. I can tell you that much. Anyway, Josh, it's been a pleasure having a chat with you, mate. We look forward to seeing what you can do next week.
Sweet. Thanks, guys.
Right.
Cheers, buddy. Good luck, mate.
Right, now, next up on the list, we'll bring in Ty Delaney, rocking the livery of the century here as well. Ty, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm all right, mate. Not bad. I've just sat and watched some manic action. I've just watched you hurtle around in the 95 Lightning McQueen livery there, buddy. I've seen it sideways. I've seen it all. Yeah, he's Lightning McQueen.
Your race, your paints was not updating JP. Now he's got the Lightning McQueen, but during the race it was actually the new fishy livery.
Oh, blimey! Oh,
yeah. I forgot to put the fish livery on and I couldn't find it all week, so I've been scrambling through Discord and then just recently got my team boss Michael Whiting to get it on for me.
Oh, all right. Well,
Nice work, mate. Nice work.
I don't feel completely responsible then there, buddy, for getting it all wrong. Overall for you though, bud, how was it in your evening? You know, you've taken second place in the Pro-Ams in race 1, first place in the Pro-Ams in race 3. What was the situation for you in race 2 there, bud?
I mean, it was pretty good racing until I just made a silly mistake. Completely my fault. And yeah, just got a penalty, which was pretty deserved. Pretty bad incident I made, but
Hey, it was what it was, buddy, on that one. But look, points in race 1, points in race 3, a win as well. You're going home with a gold medal and a silver medal that Steve will send you in the post, I'm sure. But overall there, bud, not a bad evening of racing for you, though, was it?
oh, definitely not. Always even got to make the best. I don't know how to say it. To make the best thing out of a bad situation, even just have fun wherever you are and try your best.
Absolutely there, bud. Well done to you. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go, bud?
Yep, I'll just quickly find the spot for this. 1 second.
Blimey,
While you're doing that,
we know it's going to be
have
long.
you guys settled into the new home and the new is Dad racing on Sunday?
We have settled into the new home a week without internet, which was making me go crazy. But now I got internet, able to race SRW, so I'm happy. Dad will not be racing this Sunday due to work. Something to do with work. He's in Queensland. Yeah.
Oh, nice. All right, we'll have to be without the Delaney partners in Sunday's Pro-Am Pro Series for one more week then.
Yeah.
All right, shout out. How's it go? I think I know most of them as well. DC Shades.
I think someone's gotten rid of it off the Discord. So I'm just gonna go off the top of my head.
Yeah, go for it, mate.
Probably only remember like 3. Whitaker Electrical, DC Shades, West End Parramatta, Parramatta Isuzu Ute, West End Parramatta, and Fisher Motorsports. That's all I can remember. Sorry.
Mate, well, we'll just
who's
go
that
with that
setup
one.
for you?
Pardon?
That's all right. We'll go with that, mate. Well done. Great work. And congratulations on an epic night, buddy.
Thank you.
Take care, mate.
All right. Well, take care and see you Sunday night.
Most definitely.
All right. Cheers, buddy.
Oh, man,
JP,
he
that's
sounds
the youngest
young.
driver in
How
our
old is
series. He's 14.
Jeez.
He's just turned 14. So he's the youngest driver in our series and part of the Fishy Motorsport team. And he's been in stellar form, moving his way up into the Pro-Ams on the Sunday night.
Now I feel young. Now I feel like a right proper old man now. I can tell you that much.
That's right. We go from one old man to another old man. Doug Grandpa Guns Out Gowans.
Yeah, we got Doug Gowans here as well. This young man, he took a second in race 3. He's done a great job in race 2 with another second place. Didn't quite go so well in race 1, but let's have a chat and see what he tells us all about it. Doug, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm very happy you called me a young man. Everyone else would disagree with you, though.
Well, I don't know how old you are, mate, to be honest.
Pillow, mate.
He's what?
He's fluffing your pillow.
Oh, blimey.
Let's just say that when I don't shave, it's all grey.
Doug, just answer the question. Are you up or below 50?
Up.
Oh, well, that's all right. Then I feel young for a change. I've just interviewed literally a 14-year-old who just made me feel like I'm a right old man here. But now I feel like a young spring chicken again, though, Doug. Listen, buddy, great racing.
You, buddy.
Thanks, mate. I've got to take the wins where I can. I don't get them that often up here in the booth, I can tell you that much. But listen, great evening. 2 second places for you.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, look, I made a botch of it in qualifying. I had an incident on my first lap, and then by the time I got back to the pits and tried to restart, I just didn't have enough time to do another lap, so I had to start from the rear of the grid. That was a pretty intense race trying to come back through the field there. But yeah, I played it pretty safe, I guess, and my pace took me through. Started P11, finished P11. Started P11 in the next race, got up to P3. And then obviously, toing and froing then with Dylan in the third race.
Yeah, it was there, buddy. As well, and then you backed off and let him take the win in race 3.
Yes, mate. Yeah. Look, I mean, we're teammates for starters. And I've missed 2 of the races. I'm the one that's been commenting, and the last couple of weeks whilst I've been down visiting my brother's place. So I'm out of the series now. I'm not going to catch the leaders, so I'll help my teammates anytime I can.
I'd have done.
Look,
White Knight of racing at Velocity Sim Labs, mate. He's the elder statesman, the mentor of the younger generation coming through.
Yeah, but
someone has to set us there today.
Yeah, but listen, mate, you don't need to be like my little puppy and roll over and get your belly tickled when people want to go through. You know what I mean? I know we're old and we like a good little tickle, but let's not do it on the racetrack.
Nah, look, it was good, and Dylan had the pace on me anyway, so he was happy to stick me behind me and play rear gunner for me, so I could maintain a higher position. And if he wanted to get past me, he was always going to be able to. He just had the legs on me.
Well, younger people generally have got the legs on me as well, especially when I'm trying to run after them down the street. But listen, buddy,
exactly.
I mean, I'm the one who needs the ambulance by the time he gets 10 metres down the road, bud. You know what I mean? So overall, though, bud,
I do.
we all get there eventually, don't we? It's when you wake up with a new pain and think, oh, that was a new one. I didn't realise that one was there yesterday. Listen, going forward, though.
That's not my wife.
Yeah, exactly. Going forward, though, bud, what's the kind of ambition? Just to try and complete in as many races as you can?
Yeah, that's right. Look, I run quite a few of the series throughout the league. I think I'm running 4 this season. Last season I ran 5. So I love coming in here with the boys, the Velocity boys, and everyone else on track, and just having really good, fun, hard, fair racing. We always know that there's incidents that do happen, but try to minimise them. So I look forward to the racing each and every single week, getting on there and doing the best I can.
Absolutely. Well, fair play to you, buddy. Thanks so much for joining us in the booth. Anyone you want to shout out before I let you go?
Yeah, I mean, specifically to Dylan tonight, being rear gunner for most of that third race, that certainly helped me out. I mean, we were in a very tight battle. I can't remember who was behind us. It was Kurt
Chapman,
I believe.
Yep, Kurt Chapman.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure what happened there. And that was a bit confusing with black flag for Dylan towards the end, but then the black flag got rescinded, and I still don't know what's going on there yet. But yeah, obviously to Dylan for helping me out tonight. The rest of the Velocity boys, we have a wonderful time together. Everyone else that participated in the racing tonight, and you two for commentating and the broadcasting, and the league, and it's just amazing. I love it.
Well, Doug, thanks so much there for joining us there, buddy. And you have a great weekend, mate. And we'll see what you can do next week.
I will do. I'll try and get over the arthritis, mate, and I'll be back next week.
Hey, mate, Zimmer frame and painkillers. That's what I live on, bud. So let's see how you get on. Anyway, mate, have a good one, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Thanks, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Okay, buddy.
Well, there you go, Steve. That brings us to the end of the evening, and I think we can safely see some epic battles. We've had some fun with the drivers in after as well. They've all been high-spirited, haven't they, in general? And I think overall we can safely say tonight's been a great success.
Very much so, very much so. I can't complain about any of it, apart from the fact that I didn't hit the track, which wasn't bad. It's good to sit back here on Thursday night with yourself, mate, and enjoy it from the booth, which was very enjoyable. High-packed action all the way through from the AMs, Pro-Ams, and the pros. Take my hat off to the boys. The driving was sensational, and it kept you on your toes.
I definitely did there, bud, as well. We're going to wrap this one up, guys. Thank you to everybody that's joined us in YouTube chat. It's been a pleasure to have you up here with us as well, enjoying this great action. But that's got to bring it to an end, and it's all got to end there somewhere. But I've been James Parfett. I've been alongside Steve Sinkovich this evening as well. Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, guys, take care. Have a great week. You never know. We might see you on the track sometime. Good night.
This is amazing. I was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mosca and Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down the hill. Sam Noble wants to sniff on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because tell you what, Bruce Tanak and Jamie Dyke just absolutely drove away from